do it. Did I fix it? Ugh. Is it working? I think it is. Where's the other remote? Oh, there it is. Boop. Boop. Oh, you can't see it because my fucking water bottle's in the way. This. I'm doing this big ass Lego. I'm trying to put sound on in the background. Hang on. Let me get YouTube going and we can listen to some shit. YouTube. Beep. I thought I was ready, but I was not ready. Huh? There we go. Alright. So am I the asshole?
My mother-in-law texted this to my husband at 4 a.m.
Red flag or overreacting?
New series alert. Welcome back to Charlotte Dobre TV. Today we're playing Red Flag or Overreacting. I'm going to explain the rules of the game. I am the red flag. I'm going to wave this every time there's a red flag. There will be a scoreboard. Red flags go up on the screen. Mike is the green flag. Yay! He's going to wave that green flag whenever there's a green flag. He won't use it much, I'm just telling you right now.
I look for the good, kind of like the devil angel, but like I'm the green flag. Like that's a good thing that person did.
Okay, so green flags cancel out red flags. And at the end we decide if someone is a red flag or if the original poster is overreacting.
We will be the judge. This is our racetrack. Yes. Your car's on our track today. Sorry if you guys hear this in the mics, but like, weather's a little squeaky.
Just a little squeaky.
I feel so fast in this thing. Holy crap.
You're fast as Am I overreacting? My mother-in-law texted my husband this about me asking him to help with our newborn at 4 a.m. I had a traumatic labor in December that ended in an emergency C-section. My doctor said
there's so many
is about 8 weeks to 10 weeks, and I'm only supposed to be lifting my baby. Since we got home, I've basically been doing newborn care day and night. My husband even took 2 weeks off work, but somehow I'm still the one up constantly while he sleeps through everything.
If I had a red flag, I'd probably shine it too.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for green flag.
You're the green flag. I swear, this man could sleep through a Mack truck driving through the bedroom. One night, I asked if he could help with a 4 a.m. feed so I could get a little sleep. This, in theory, would give me 3 hours of sleep. I was afraid of passing out with baby in my arms. Apparently, he mentioned it to his dad, not even his mom. His dad's with his mom, and she decided to insert herself into our marriage and sent him a long message about how she hopes he's standing his ground with me because waking up at 4 a.m. to help feed his own baby is a, quote, big request.
Yeah, no, that's not very good. It's your baby.
Yeah, I mean, it takes 2 to go parents.
Also, your wife carried that baby for 9 months. At least you can do it.
There's
Yeah, exactly.
17 bags.
I mean, you could also let me sleep.
What I will do.
Yes.
What I will do, because I'm a good husband. I'm a good husband.
So I'm getting a little confused here because this is a red flag about mom or the husband. Yeah, guys, we're still like kind of figuring this out. Mother-in-law went on about how his sleep is important because he has to drive and use his brain at work. Meanwhile, I'm recovering from major abdominal surgery and barely sleeping. I'm also taking care of a little human. My doctor told me I shouldn't be doing much besides caring for the baby. My mom has been helping with cooking and cleaning because physically I'm not supposed to be doing everything right now. His parents live down the street, but instead of offering help, my mother-in-law is texting my husband and telling him to push back on me, asking for basic help with his own child. She also has a problem with my mom being there to help me. Weird.
I know you said you have one little human, but it sounds like you have two.
Two little humans.
Two little humans.
Two little humans.
But you don't want him to use his big
So
brain. You know?
many.
It's
Yeah,
so hard to
big man brain.
Big man brain. It's so hard when you don't have more than 4 hours of sleep.
Oh no.
What are the craziest thing in the world?
So apparently, the postpartum woman recovering from a C-section should just handle the baby all night by herself while dad protects his sleep. Honestly, the audacity is wild. Last time I asked her to help me with the baby was 2 months ago. She sat on the couch all day with her phone and watched the baby eat the baby monitor. She did not help me cook or clean. What is she even for then? I'm sorry. Why is she even there? That's just an extra person in the house to annoy you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God.
Reinforcing his bad behavior.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. The woman should be doing this.
Yeah.
Let my sweet little cherub sleep.
I feel like a lot of the stories that we react to, there's so many like generational differences and cultural differences that like she probably honestly believes that it's like the woman's job to take care of her own baby.
I mean, that's
this
kind of how it
fucking
used
book.
to be, I guess.
It
Look
is
at
still
this
bleeding into
thickness.
like modern day culture and values, and it's super fucking annoying.
Not in this house.
Not in this house.
Not up in here.
I happened to overhear a convo between father-in-law and mother-in-law while I was napping. When father-in-law dropped her a breakfast sandwich, she asked why there was two, and he was like, for our daughter-in-law? That's definitely a green flag for the father-in-law. She texted my husband saying how I was being mean to the dog because I told her to lay down and go away when I had food. Pet aversion is a real thing during postpartum. This woman was judging my every move, and that was the last time I asked her for help. Baby is now 12 weeks old, and she has seen her a limited amount of times. I don't want her near my baby. She showed me what type of person she is, and I don't know how to move on from this. You know what is just so weird is, like, I don't think this is a generational thing. Like, my mom literally, and your mom, literally cannot wait to be grandmothers and to, like, have, like, a little baby to take care of. Like, my mom fully offered to, like, come here from my hometown and stay with us and take care of the baby once we have a baby.
I think that it's something that they wish they had or they did have, and it's just like a thing that like grandparents, they know how tiring it can be as a parent, and they like relied probably on other people to help them, and they're just like excited. They also miss being parents, maybe. Like my mom, I know, loves like taking care of babies, but it's also like when she's done, she's like, all right, take your little shit out of here.
Take it back.
Take the Tic Tac.
But like still though, I know that she's given my sister-in-law like a day off by taking care of the baby. Like she's fully, your mom is like okay with helping. She's happy to help.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is like with the mother-in-law, why are just maybe that you can talk about this, but why are women just like meaner to women?
I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. I would
Like
say
I mean,
there's-
specifically
I
like
would say
mother-in-law versus like daughter-in-law. Obviously, that's part of the dynamic, but also like in general.
no, it's like internalized misogyny. Like it's literally internalized misogyny, especially with regards to like differences in generation and culture. There's a lot of like, oh, women need to be doing this, men need to be doing that. Women, I've said this before, will hate in your heart.
Guys are like kind of like, what a beard.
No, women can be super mean to each other. But the whole reason I went on that tangent is I don't even think that this is a generational thing, because we have mothers that are from that generation that don't feel that way at all.
But it is kind of weird how she's just like, this is the way it was in my day, okay? You should not like be upsetting your man. Let him go to sleep and drink his whiskey. All right, and you take care of the baby at home, okay, and do everything.
Maybe that worked when women weren't working at all.
Different time now. Anyways, let's not go down that rabbit hole.
For context, my husband is aware of her behavior and has called her out multiple times. Her excuse for her behavior is she lost 2 sons, and as a mother, she wants the best for her grown son.
Okay, I mean, that's a green flag, I would say. Like, she comes from trauma.
Is that a green flag?
Well, I mean, my arm was tired, all right? I was falling asleep down there.
If she lost 2 sons, wouldn't she want, like, that opportunity to take care of, like, another child?
I just think that she's probably been through a lot, and she's just trying to take extra care of her.
Okay, I'll let you have one. I confronted her about the text and how disappointed I was with it, and she said that wasn't her intention. Okay, so we do have a text message. I'm trying to move on from this, but I don't know if it's the postpartum, but I still don't feel her apology was genuine. I hate her more than ever, and I don't want her near my child. Okay, we have a text. Let's read it. From mom to husband. I hope you're okay, and I hope you're standing your ground about some things. Your father told me that your wife wants you to get up and feed the baby at 4 a.m.? Question mark, question mark? I think that's a big request. Does she not think your sleep is equally as important? Well, yeah, but it's like
It's about
the whole
taking
point.
turns.
It's about taking turns.
It's a
like
team game.
both parents' sleep is important, but I would actually argue that someone who literally just had surgery needs their sleep in order to be able to recover. Recovery happens when you're sleeping.
C-sections, like a friend of ours just had one, and it's like the first week is tough because
Yeah.
it's just like you have an open wound.
Yeah, you have
And you're
literally
weaning
an
off
open
of
wound.
like heavy meds and
Yeah.
stuff too.
Especially when you have to be behind the wheel driving early in the morning and then needing to function using your brain at work. Okay, I can understand the being up early to drive thing, but like using your brain, I don't know. I don't
Maybe
like
it's
that.
because I guess maybe it's because like he has to go work, whereas you're at home with the baby. That's her argument. I'm not saying that I agree with her.
Yeah.
That's her thing. It's like you're at home taking care of the baby while he's at work from 9 to 5, so he needs like sleep for that, you know, whereas you can nap throughout the day.
I wouldn't say it's a green flag, but I guess I kind of understand where she's coming from.
I'm just like green flag logic is what I am. I have a feeling that I should probably just put this down.
Yeah, put it down. It's very triggering. It's not like you can take a nap in the middle of the day at work. I will not say anything to her, don't worry, but I do hope you voiced your honest feelings about that to your wife. Has he expressed these honest feelings, or is she saying that these are her honest feelings?
I don't know.
The newest first days and weeks as a new mom and dad are special and a learning and growing bonding time for the 2/3 of you. Does it bother you at all that the two of you haven't had much time to experience that alone? Why is she trying to dictate what the experience should be? Like, I would actually argue that this is her opportunity to pitch in and help. If she doesn't want, like, clearly both of you are overtired. You know, you're in a situation where neither of you are getting sleep. I feel like this is an opportunity for her to step in.
Give me your
But she's
baby, I'll
instead
cuddle it.
making
Hi,
it
Mac Mac.
the wife who just had surgery's responsibility to take care of the baby.
She's like, just help, but don't say anything. Like, stop bossing everyone around.
I know, literally.
Like, our friends just had a baby as well, like, in December. And, like, just talking with the father, it's like, I feel like the first few months, you're just so tired, you're so worn
It
down.
is what it is,
and you
yeah.
just, like, you want people to help, but you also just want to be alone, too.
Yeah, fair
It's
enough.
a balance.
Anyways, just worry about you. I understand that you didn't physically give birth, but that doesn't mean your worries, your stress, and your sleep are less. Hugs. We love you very much. You're doing such a good job, and more than I've seen most fathers do. We're so proud of you, son. Good night, sweetheart.
And I don't think the husband's, like, a bad guy in the situation, necessarily. Like, I think he's just put in a position where his mom is trying to get in between how they should parent. But we don't know, like, what he's saying. Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I like that he has called her out. I appreciate that, but I personally don't think that you're overreacting at all. I really wish that she would offer to help instead of just placing all of the responsibility on you. I also find it weird that she has a problem with your mom helping you, probably because she feels like she should be helping too, or she knows that that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with red flag for this one. I'm just saying this is not. That's good that your husband has called her out, but like I would also set boundaries for you as well.
Yeah, it's a red flag for sure, but I would say, like, give it some time. It's your first kid. Just, like, establish boundaries. Don't say, like, I'm never going to talk to her again. Like, that's not realistic.
You're not overreacting.
You're not
Okay?
overreacting.
You're not overreacting.
But I would say, like, just take some time, get your sleep, get a routine going.
Yeah. I would also argue, like, this is really difficult for you because you haven't had much sleep and you're in a very vulnerable position. I understand that you're apprehensive about letting this woman be around her grandchild or whatever, and I get that. You're at her, but she's just a little overbearing, maybe a lot overbearing and controlling, and just set a boundary.
Yeah.
And tell her to leave you alone. Like, if she's not gonna help, then her advice isn't needed.
I agree.
That one is a red flag.
Red flag.
I was expecting his body count to be high, but not that high.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy! Oh, this is gonna ruffle some feathers. The body count discussion is always such a fun one, isn't it?
A little bit.
Let me preface this by saying I'm not upset, just shocked, really. I'm confessing it here rather than telling him and having it come across as me being upset. I, female 29, got curious, and I finally asked my boyfriend, male 38, what his body count was. It's a pretty big age difference, I will say. I was genuinely expecting it to be somewhere near 80.
80?
80?
Is that
What?
a typo?
No,
Oh,
or so,
fuck.
based on some of my male friends' own experiences that they've told me. 80?
That's so many.
Like,
That's
even
a
for
lot.
20-year-old,
Use a
that's
hole.
lot. Let's also point out the fact that, like, having that many on your roster or like
Blech.
in your past, it means that like you haven't had many long-term relationships. Like, I'm just
Means
saying.
you're a whore.
Yeah,
But also, you can be like a little, guys can have their, like, little eat, pray, love moment where they just become a little hooer.
yeah, but then you like dozens during that. Like that's just concerning. Like I'm concerned.
I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah, no, I know you're not, but like,
what is that supposed to mean?
it's a good thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a green flag.
My little green flag. You're my golden retriever husband.
For reference, my boyfriend has been single or in short-term relationships the majority of his life, and he's well over 6 feet tall, fit and attractive, and has great social skills, confidence, and I'm sure it's been very easy for him to pull women with this combo he has going on. I don't doubt that, especially, dude, like, a guy that's, like, well over 6 feet, he doesn't even need to be attractive. Like, sometimes my friends and I have this argument where it's like, is he attractive or is he just tall?
Well, who do you keep talking about? Jacob Elordi?
Yeah, Jacob Elordi. Like, he's a little, he's hot, don't get me wrong, he's a little dopey looking, like.
No, dude, he's got riz. I have like almost a mullet inspired by him.
He does, but if he was short, would he be as attractive?
That's a great question.
I
think
so.
so.
Would be.
I think so.
Do
I doubt
it.
it.
I think he would.
No, I think it's the height. The point of why I'm saying this is that, like, tall men get pulled. Like, they pull a lot of...
They pull a lot of feather platypuses?
It doesn't surprise me, but I feel like the fact that he's only been single the majority of his life,
Probably a red flag.
I'm just gonna say
Several
now,
flags.
he
Yes,
admitted
yes.
that the number was somewhere between 130 and 140.
So ridiculous, man.
I'm not sure what's normal for other men like him. He's got it all going on, but I was shocked is all. We're fine, and I'm not worried about it, and I didn't question anything else further on the matter. I'm letting Reddit know that all of my flabbers were gasted. Okay, 130 to 140. I feel like that's just a lot.
That's a lot of kills,
a lot of notches on the bedpost, I think. And like, I would get, if you haven't already, go to the doctor. Just make sure everything's good and make sure he goes as well. Because, like, arguably, I would say that there was probably overlap with some of the people that he was seeing as well. Like, multiple people at once. Yeah, I mean, but how do you get to that number? That is crazy. Maybe multiple at once, you know what I mean?
Just say you go on an absolute tear for like a few weeks, 3 weeks. That's like,
Ooh,
let's
nice
say like twice
streak,
per
Mac
weekend
Mac.
for 6 weeks. You know, that adds up quickly, you know?
That's still only 12 people. Twice per weekend for 6 weeks, that's 12 people.
So you have to go on an absolute tear.
Like absolute tear. Like, literally his whole life, he's just been tearing it up.
Some people develop earlier and they just like start earlier.
I don't know. I don't really like to judge people based on body count. Like, it's not like I'm like a total saint and like.
Yes, you are.
I mean, listen, I'm definitely not.
What's your body count?
Definitely not 80. I'm just telling you that right now. Even the fact that he knows that, like, that he kept track, that's crazy.
Or he's just trying to impress you.
Maybe it is interesting how it's like a flex for guys, but it's not a flex for women. Is it a red flag? I understand he's really good looking. There's probably a couple dudes in there.
Does that count as 2 in 1? Probably.
Yeah, it does count with 2 as 2. Oh man, I was even watching this episode of Love Island. Was it Love Island? Yeah, I think it was Love Island. And like one of the guys says it was like over 1,000 or something. And it was surprising too. Like, you take a look at him and it's like, oh. And he was like he was very likable, which makes sense because it's like.
Was he?
Austin on last year's Love Island.
Was it the Australian one?
No, but I was like, wow, that makes me see people differently. It's so weird, but like in that is just so far in the stratosphere. How could you possibly have gotten to that number? How do you have the time to do that?
I don't know, man. Some people just like it. They're serial daters. And how do you trust someone like that, like in a relationship?
Yeah. Is this a red flag or is this more of a beige flag? Is this a speed car?
Safety car.
Okay, so I was wondering if we were going to run into this. So there might be
a situation
that we have come across where it's neither a red flag or a green flag, but it's more of like a limbo. It's more of like
sometimes in Formula 1, if something happens on the course and everyone has to get off, so they clean it off, it's called a safety car. So they drive the safety car as they clean the course. So I'm thinking maybe why don't we just say yellow flag?
Like a yellow flag.
Yellow flag, safety car.
I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a red flag. I don't want to judge people based on body count, even though like part of me kind of does, but I wouldn't say that it's a green flag either.
Yeah, definitely not a green flag. I could live with like sort of a yellow red, like an orange flag.
Like an orange flag, like treading on like almost red, but like
it would make me look at him differently.
Yeah.
But I still don't judge him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of impressed. Like how do you?
It's funny how you're impressed and I'm just like,
Well, no, I mean, like, I'm not envious in that regard. I'm more just
like,
like,
how do you
even do that?
I would say it's more of a red flag that he hasn't been in any relationships. What does that mean? Does he have commitment problems? Does he cheat?
That's why it would put me a bit more into a red flag.
Yeah,
area.
like, or it could just be that he is really attractive, and like when men are really attractive and they have all of the options at their fingertips, they don't pick. Like, this is just the
What do you think like
mentality.
Leo DiCaprio's body count is?
Oh god, it's like that dude has an NDA for like everyone he dates. Like, it's probably in the thousands, like, definitely.
We have to decide though. It seems like we both kind of want to go to red flag.
I think it might be a red flag.
Let's just go red flag.
I think it's a red flag.
Consistent.
I'm sorry. I really don't want to judge, but it just makes me think that he has commitment issues, or he's cheated, there's been overlap, or he just hasn't really felt the need to be in a relationship.
Were these two in a relationship for a while? What that's the part I missed.
There isn't a lot of context.
We need context. The thing is we need context.
There's nothing in it about like how long they've been dating. So I think with that in mind, I think it's a red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah, I think it's a red flag.
Maybe another time, my green little friend, my little Shrek friend.
Somebody once told me the world.
This next one was posted in the Charlotte Dover YouTube subreddit. And by the way, if you are enjoying this video and you like the videos on this channel, you like hanging out with me and Mike, please subscribe to the second channel.
Yeah!
It's so much fun. We have lots of really exciting things coming up for you guys. I'm just like having the best time doing this with you, Mike.
Me too.
This is so fun, and I'm so glad you like these videos too. I'm having the best time.
Next video we're gonna do red flag, green flag, but instead of it being racing, like whoever loses, they have to do something, and like maybe you get to wax my like legs or something.
Oh, I love that. Oh yeah. Okay, so whoever loses, yeah, I like that.
Wax and cracks.
Waxing. Oh god, but then I have to remember not to shave my legs.
Oh my god. I actually just like got a little nauseous. Continue. Let's
Ew.
move on.
Oh god, ew. Nauseous. Oh, I'm sorry, but
Not from you, from me thinking about the pain. I actually, when I was a camp counselor, I had there was like a little girl, like it was like
Hi, bitch.
part of a game. I let them wax part of my leg, and they're like, "Ready?" And I was like, "Yeah, how bad could it be?" And they did it, and I was like, I used to wax my eyebrows. I waxed my ears once.
ow, that sounds like it would hurt. Designated areas for things in my home. I am pregnant with this man's child. We've been together for over 4 years, and we just recently bought a house together. Technically, he's the owner, and I'm not on the mortgage. A week ago, I was cleaning out some boxes of stuff he asked me to go through. I put the books and games separately and organized them on the entertainment center. He came in later that day and asked what I did with everything, and then proceeded to tell me he didn't like those things there, and he'd rather have them in a different box put up somewhere. I also have 2 other children and had 2 different pictures already framed and put them on a ledge in the living room. And he said he didn't like having pictures up in the house either. Wait, he didn't like having pictures up in the house?
Okay, well your mind goes there. That is a bit suspect.
I'm sorry, but why don't you like pictures up in the house? It's almost like he doesn't want like things that show that he has children out in the visible.
Or he's just a little OCD and likes to hide things.
Okay, don't project. Okay,
I'm building
They're
this.
both hyphenated OCD, ADHD people.
Yeah, okay, so let me just explain my reasoning with this,
Please,
okay?
the reason.
Just like, this is immediately where my mind went. I don't know if this is the truth, but to
Oh,
me,
thank you, Bertha
someone
Burf.
not having pictures up of their kids concerns me, because why not? Why don't you want people to see pictures of your kids? I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's his house. Like,
Yeah, but like, that's the point. Who are you bringing over to that house that you don't want people to see pictures of your kids?
you're really bringing someone over to your house and you have young kids? Like, when are they, like, not home?
You never know. I don't know the details, but I'm wondering that.
He's so crazy. Like, that would be the craziest thing.
So I asked him if he just wants to live in a house that's not lived in, or if it's just mine and my children's belongings he doesn't want out in the house. He then tells me I can have a designated table for me to put the pictures. Okay, so he said it's okay. Okay. Last night, he brought it to my attention that he would be taking the coffee table out of the living room and putting it in the garage because he's tired of stuff being on the coffee table.
This guy honestly just sounds like he's OCD.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah,
not like
it
he's
sounds
like,
a little OCD, yeah. But like, why is it only up to him though? Like, this is his. I don't know if they're married.
no, they've been together for 4 years.
They're not married. She's pregnant with his child, and she has 2 other kids. okay, I understand that it's this man's house and he's paying the mortgage, most of the mortgage, but like I would say that a coffee table is a pretty important thing to have. So he's tired of stuff being on the coffee table, so his solution is to move that coffee table out of the living room and putting it in the garage so no one can use it at all.
Is he gonna move the kids next into the garage?
Yeah, literally. That was a good one.
You like that one?
I like that.
Yeah, this is good.
I told him the only things that are on there are my medications that I've been taking throughout the night because I've been sick. I was positive for rhinovirus at my last baby appointment, and I've been running a fever and coughing and sneezing and super congested.
What's rhinovirus? Do you know?
I've never heard of that. Today I came home and all of my belongings that were on the coffee table are now in a box on the couch, and the coffee table is out of the house. He was also complaining that this week I haven't really been cleaning the house and organizing. And he was asking me to start doing more around the house, and he said the reason he's not cleaning is because I haven't been doing a lot. I don't know if I'm overreacting, but it feels like he doesn't want me or my children living here. I'm worried about when the baby comes, if I'm going to be required to do all the housework since he hasn't done any cleaning because I've been sick this week.
That's a bit of a gaslighting mentality. Like, well, I haven't really cleaned because you don't clean.
Yeah, I don't love that.
This guy sounds like he's trying to somehow prepare himself for having this kid. I don't know.
I don't really understand what the concept of the like moving the coffee table into the garage is.
It's kind of infantilizing.
Yeah, it's weird. Like you can't just you've lost your coffee table privileges. Like what the actual f wrong with you?
Yeah, it's like you raised your kids a certain way. Like I'm just gonna tell you how it's gonna be with my kid. Like
literally,
you better make it like clean.
Here's the thing. I fully respect someone that wants a clean house. Do I think that if you want a clean house that you should expect other people to clean for you, and if they don't then you're not gonna clean?
I think it's an even thing. Like we have a good system.
Yeah, we do.
We do have times where, you know, someone gets called out.
You.
Well, I mean, whenever I try to call you out, you call me back out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm always wrong. I've learned that. That's the thing about marriage. But it's all about. Sometimes cleaning is like a thankless job.
Yeah, it is. But you need to be doing it
You need to be
also. Like
doing
both people need to be pitching in and doing it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the thing. If one person is making more of a mess than the other person.
Yeah, if someone's like busy, you know, filming all day or whatever, like, you know, give them a break.
So it's interesting. Some other people in the comments have pointed out that he is planning on already cheating and doesn't want anyone knowing he lives with the future mother of his child, or his mask is dropping now that he believes you are locked down with his baby. Neither is safe for you or your children. Please talk to your midwife at your next appointment. She can help you. They have referrals, etc.
Man, I don't think. I think people like in the internet will jump to crazy conclusions.
Yeah, but like I also agree that not wanting any photos up of the kids is a red flag.
They're not his kids, though.
I know, but still.
No, of course, it's a red flag as a person, but I'm saying it doesn't mean he's going to cheat on her.
I just feel like he's trying to remove any evidence that there's like children there or something.
Well, that remains to be seen until he has his own kid with their own photos. Also, some people are just OCD. Like, there are some people who just don't have photos. I guess, like, we're looking for these kind of red flags, but it doesn't mean that he's going to, like, cheat on her. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think, like, I don't want to jump to that
It doesn't, but
yet.
I still feel like my alarm bells are going off. You know what I mean? And I don't love that. Like, I don't love the coffee table thing. That's really weird.
It's weird.
It's territorial, is what it is.
It's weird, but like, I'm not saying. But all I'm saying is that it doesn't mean that he's going to cheat. It just means that he's fucking weird and OCD.
Okay, fair enough. Let's leave that part out.
Okay.
Strike that from the record. Keep in mind, she's sick and she's pregnant, and
he's a scumbag.
And he's expecting her to do all of the housework. I'm sorry, but
No, that's a huge red flag.
yeah, I think it's a huge red flag. And like as a result, if she's sick and can't clean the house as much as usual, his
reaction
is to not clean at all and to not help out at all.
Yeah, this guy kind of seems like a...
Yeah, like, it's like, I personally feel, if you feel like you're not wanted in a space, then you're not wanted in a space. I'm so sorry to hear that, OP, by the way.
That's
if you ever hear this, really, really sorry to hear it. It's a tough position to be in.
It's like, what do you do in this situation? Like, you're pregnant, you're sick, rhino fever or whatever is cold, by the way.
Let's actually find out what that is.
I looked it up.
What is it?
It's an old wooden ship used in the Civil War. No, it's the common cause of the common cold. It's a highly contagious virus that infects your nose and upper airways.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's just like classic like cold where it's like sneezing, sore throat.
Well, yeah, but okay, so she's pregnant, which comes with symptoms. She's sick.
Bag
additional
3.
symptoms. She can't clean as much around the house. She's probably been like chilling, watching TV. She needs to be taken care of right now.
Yes, period.
Like, seriously, she needs to be taken care of.
I don't think this guy's a good guy.
No, I know, I think so. I mean, listen, you definitely need to talk to him at the very very
It's
least.
like emotionally abusive.
Yeah, it is.
That out of the
It's
way.
yeah. So I wouldn't. You know, a lot of people in the comments are like, run so far. Talk to him first and tell him how you feel, and just be like, I really don't feel like you want me here. Like you're doing all of these things that are upsetting me. I feel like as your baby mama and as your partner, I should be being taken care of in this instance, and you're not doing that. And see how he responds before it's like, let's get up and leave. Because remember, she's pregnant with his child, okay? That is a very difficult position to be in, to have to go through that alone. So
Maybe he just wasn't ready to have the kid. Maybe it wasn't planned. It's interesting that she brought up the fact that he is on title and she is not. It does say he probably has this a bit like this control element to him.
yeah, you could have a controlling element to him. You definitely need to talk to him, OP, and tell him how you feel and tell him that you need more from him. Yeah, so that one is definitely a red flag.
That no bueno.
No bueno.
No.
Am I overreacting? After I found out my boyfriend's online friend group I became a part of 2 years ago has just been him the whole time.
What? His online friend group that he's a part of?
I am so confused.
Okay, well.
I guess I should have been less obvious, but since a little before we started dating in 2022, I was added to my boyfriend's just friend at the time 3-person Instagram group chat with what he explained were some of his closest online friends.
He wasn't lying. This is ridiculous.
The 2 other accounts seemed like real people because they had real followers and comments on their posts and drastically different aesthetics and looks to them. We eventually made a Discord server for us, and that alone was convincing enough since multiple times we'd all be active at the same time. What? We never voice chatted, but I used to never voice chat either, so I didn't think twice. The group got closer though, as more and more time passed since I was first added to their group chat. And last month we got together and planned a research trip to Hawaii for August. We lived on the east coast of the US. We booked everything. So imagine my surprise when I'm over at his house tonight and his computer is open, and I just want to log into my Google Docs when I accidentally stumble across, first of all, follower bot sites, and also him logged in and chatting with me as one of the individuals I had become close with, and just got this sinking feeling.
Can I borrow your red flag?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but what?
Dude, this is
He's
messed
literally
up.
catfishing you.
Bro, this could be a movie. I'm gonna steal this as a movie.
This is
Do I
so
have your consent
weird.
that this is a movie? This is crazy.
Oh my god. No, because like this could be so bad. Like what if you're confiding in this friend about him and like talking to him about like the boyfriend and like sharing secrets? Oh, this is soaked up.
This is so
This
dark.
is soaked up. I didn't jump to the idea that they could be fake either. I was like, maybe he just has their logins since they all were so close and it's way too interested in their messages. But then I noticed their only chats were the group chats and the server. And the real kicker was the email address it was signed up under was his backup email with his full name.
Can I borrow that red flag one more time?
Yeah. I quite literally snooped until he got out of the shower and caught me, which I'm not saying was right of me, but I couldn't help myself. Did he get mad that you caught him? During my snooping, I gradually became devastatingly confident that he wasn't just behind one, but both accounts. I've never seen his face so red, and he absolutely panicked and started shouting at me to get out of his business.
Getting confrontational when being called out. Red flag. Red flag.
Wow,
Dude,
you're good at this. I couldn't even find the right words to say to him. In the end, I just walked out of his apartment sobbing. It's very early in the morning, I get that, but this screenshot is what he has to say, and I'm starting to feel crazy. Am I overreacting about my discovery? Okay, so we do have a screenshot of a text message. I just want to know why. When it finally came time for the Hawaii trip, how are you going to explain that? What were you thinking? Boyfriend responds, you know something I've noticed about you? I don't even need to hear it.
Dude, this is like some split.
You can never just be calm, and there always has to be an issue. Oh, this is Darvo.
What is Darvo? I don't know what Darvo is.
Okay, Darvo stands for deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. Okay, it's a manipulation tactic.
This is borderline schizophrenia disorder. Personality disorder.
Yeah, no, we've watched so many documentaries about people who catfish and like create like false identities.
I know, but maybe he actually believes he is these people.
Well, I mean, anyways, Darvo, deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. So what he's doing in this conversation is he is essentially flipping the blame, so it's her fault. It's her behavior that's the problem and not his betrayal of her trust. I know you were raised in a volatile environment and still have to relearn a lot about healthy relationship dynamics, but it's like you thrive on chaos only.
Okay.
This is fucked up. And we were gonna see Wicked tonight. I guess there that goes. Not the Wicked. Not Wicked. Why are you bringing Wicked into this? You can't be serious. I deserve answers. I'm honestly so creeped out. Yeah, the fact that he's like not apologizing or explaining and instead making it about you and your personality and your issues, so weird.
Super weird, bro.
Basically, half my life for the past 2 years has been a complete and total lie, and you were behind all of it. Okay, don't be dramatic. You know this isn't a big deal. You're just giddy to harp on this and make it a bigger issue. This is 1000% a very large issue.
What were you guys gonna do in Hawaii? Like, oh, we just missed them. They're by the pool.
Yeah, no, he was probably just gonna say like, oh yeah, they didn't end up coming at the last minute. Like, oh yeah, something came up and neither of them could come.
Whoa, bro, this is like some weird.
This is weird, okay? I don't even know how he was gonna possibly explain what he was doing, but this manipulation tactic where you were flat out betrayed and duped by him, and his response to that is to somehow make himself the victim and say it's like, you're crazy, you are, you know, you're so chaotic, you love drama, like, why are you bringing all this drama into my life? And it's like, you caused the drama, you psycho.
Yeah, dude, this
What?
is so weird.
It's so
I
weird.
have more questions. Like, what's going on here? Does he have any accepting accountability, anything like that? Does he explain what's going on?
Let's see. Okay, there is a brief update. Oh, it's even weirder. It doesn't answer any questions. He then said, do you want to get our tickets off the ANC app or buy them at the theater? So he's literally just ignoring her. Like, she didn't respond to his last message, and then he's like continuing as if nothing happened.
This guy's creeping me
He's
out.
weird. This is really weird. OP updated and said, it's bizarre. I didn't know it would jump to the top of everything. I assumed it would collect some advice or opinions I could read and then the post would get lost in the void, but I sincerely appreciate every bit of support. Yeah, this ended up like at the top of Am I Overreacting, the subreddit. So people are like concerned for her safety because like this isn't normal behavior.
I would be concerned for her safety too.
Yeah. This is not, I would agree with that. It's, what could his possible motivations have been? Some people just really get a kick out of it. And then some people also have like really weird motivations, like maybe they're trying to get money out of you or something.
If you're old enough like me to remember something called ICQ, which
Oh,
was
yeah, I
before
remember
MSN
ICQ.
Messenger,
Yeah.
my oldest brother, James, created a fake account and started chatting with my other brother, Dave. And he would like text him and you'd hear the chimes in his room because the rooms were next to each other. And Dave was like, yeah, I met this girl. And Dave's like, oh yeah, tell me about her.
Oh my god!
And in hindsight, you're like, that's really messed up.
Yeah, but like it's also like boredom, right? Like that is weird. I mean, like I've made fake accounts too, but like only to like.
I've never
I don't
made a
know,
fake
sometimes I'll
account.
like go argue with someone in the comments. Not
ADHD.
recently.
I can
I've
barely
been a few
remember my
years since
legit
I've done
accounts.
this. But,
Why
like,
would I
will argue with
possibly
someone in
make
the
a fake
comments.
account?
But like I haven't done it in so long. I kind of stay out of the comments, to be honest. It's like not even worth it. But this is like deceiving someone that you love.
Yeah, this is weird. I don't like this.
These are his closest friends. Like he's pretending that these people in the group chat are his closest friends.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So like what would have happened? Like you guys would like get married and then he doesn't have a best man or whatever? Like that's so weird.
I just think of all like those horror movies from the 90s of people being like schizophrenic, like.
And then also the gaslighting is very weird. The like complete lack of empathy. This is at best narcissistic, at worst sociopathic, schizophrenic.
Kind of stuff. I'm no psychologist.
We ain't gonna diagnose anybody, but this is a sign of a very deep issue going on up there where he seems to be able to justify this behavior in some way.
He might need to seek some help.
Yeah,
honestly.
this is like
this is out of my.
this is completely out of my depth. All I know is it's weird. So this is 1000% a red flag.
It's one thing to do it as a kid to like your friends, or like my brothers did it when we were like 12. It's another.
They eventually told each other though, right? Like even
It was only
about
it was only like a week.
Yeah.
Or like a few
This
days.
has been going on for years.
As an adult, I don't know. It's something. There's something really sinister about this.
Yeah,
that kinda
yeah, it's
freaks me
weird.
out.
Yeah.
So I don't really like it very much.
No, I'm not a fan. I would honestly feel like this person has a personality disorder of some sort. And not only that, he is very manipulative and gaslights you. So that in and of itself, like if I have a conflict with someone and they start gaslighting me, I immediately switch to the gray rock method or the yellow rock method, because it's like, okay, don't really care to continue this relationship. I'm not going to confront you. I'm not going to call you out. I'm just opinionless. Stay away from me. 1000% a red flag in more ways than one. Moving on.
Moving on.
We have another one from the Charlotte Dover YouTube subreddit.
Subscribe to that.
Am I overreacted? My girlfriend left me over a cheese wheel. Honestly, fair.
Honestly, she sounds like a red flag.
Let's see. What kind of cheese?
And was it really a problem, or was it the straw that broke the camel's back?
Let's find out. I, 27 male, and my girlfriend, 26 female, were saving for a house down payment. I work and she's unemployed. I saved $32,000 and she's saved $4,000. So I feel like I bear the brunt of the financial decision making here. I was doing the Oxford County Cheese Trail and found a vault release. They were selling a 140-pound wheel of 21-year-old cheddar. It was aged using a traditional cloth-bound method.
I was thinking it was like a baby bell.
No,
like,
this
This
is a big
140-pound wheel.
cheese wheel. That's practically extinct here in Canada. And with over 21 years, it's extremely concentrated. 21-year-old cheddar often sells for $120 a pound. The farm was selling the entire wheel for $18,500. If I cut it into 200-gram wedges and sell it at $60 each, I can make $38,000. I bought the cheese wheel, and I brought it home in my truck.
Green flag. I like it. I like it because he's smart. He's a smart man.
Okay, but he's
Knows
a
the
green.
value
He
of
might be a
cheese.
green flag, but he's not asking about himself. He's asking about someone else.
But I'm just saying, green flag behavior because he's thinking about the future. He knows. He did his.
wants to wave his
I just want to wave my green flag.
Yeah.
In case you forgot that I had one.
Okay, so when I rolled it into our apartment at first, she was excited.
I rolled it in. How many pounds is it? Did he say 21 pounds?
140 pounds.
Holy.
That's like a person.
Dude, that's a lot of cheese.
That's like how much? Like it's not. I
How many
mean,
farts
more
would
than
that
that.
be?
What?
How many? That'd be a lot of farts.
That'd be a lot of farts. I mean, I'm sure he's not eating the whole thing himself. So he rolls the 140-pound wheel of cheese into his apartment, and his girlfriend was excited. However, when I started to explain the financials and investment potential, she turned sour. She didn't yell, but expressed she wasn't happy about how I spent my share of our house savings. She's now staying with her parents. Hold on. You're not married to this person. Your intent is to invest. Hopefully it's not like a bad investment. I'm just saying that's a very expensive wheel of cheese.
It's always, the debate is like, should you have told her? Yes. You should have.
Really though? Because like they're not married. It's not like they share expenses.
Yeah, but aren't they like putting a mortgage on a house? Isn't that what they said? Or they're putting money together for
Saving
a down
for a
payment?
house down payment, yeah.
So they've agreed mutually to be responsible with their money.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm a cheese guy. I love cheese. I guess like I can see where she's coming from, being upset about that.
Yeah, okay. I actually agree with you there.
That being said, if you're confident that you can sell,
Where would you even sell it? Would you go to like a farmer's market and sell
you go
it?
to a dark alley. Hey man, you want some old cheese? It's cheddar.
You can sell it to like a restaurant or something? How do you be a cheese dealer?
Well, you sell it. It's a very rare type of cheese. I don't know, but if he's confident in his ability to sling cheese, then I don't know.
Is he a cheese guy? Like, how does
He
he know
must
all
be
this
a
about
cheese guy.
He must be a cheese guy.
Listen to how detailed his response.
Yeah, he's a cheese guy. He's a cheese guy for sure. But
He
like,
knows the value of something. It's not like he's saying like I got this alien podcast and I know it'll do numbers. It's like people like cheese and people will pay lots for cheese.
I agree that maybe they should have talked before he did that.
I know people are gonna be like, you should have talked. It's their money.
But it's also he did that with the intention of making more money as well.
Yeah, and if they've been together for a while, but they're saving up for a down payment.
I don't know if it's the smartest investment, honestly. Like, I would have thought that, like, putting it into a tax-free savings account or something, or, like, investing it would have been a smarter investment than, like, getting this massive cheese wheel. What if it goes bad? And then your investment is... Mind you, stock market can go bad, too, but, like, I just don't know if it's the best investment.
But it's like it's just an easy asset to sell off, I'm guessing, right?
I mean, that's a massive wheel of cheese. Like, how long is that going to take?
I don't know. I mean, maybe you could sell it in bulk.
His plan is not to sell it in bulk. He's talking about cutting it into 200-gram watches and selling it at $60 each. So he's not selling it in bulk. I think she's overreacting because she doesn't understand the Canadian housing market. Our savings is not enough for a down payment without a ridiculous mortgage, and we need to take these opportunities. But I still think that you need to discuss these opportunities before. Like, I understand it's your money, but like, it is your money, and it's not like you bought like a car. You bought something with the intention of it being an investment and making more money. Could that even be gambling though too? Like a sense of almost like, I just really wish you had talked to her first.
I do, but it's I don't think it's comparable. Like, you're selling a product that people will buy. It's rare.
Yeah.
You're selling, I did the math, 317 segments of like 200 gram cheese and whatever, 155 pounds. It's not as bad as gambling. You should have just talked to her. That's like
Yeah,
the thing.
I think that you should have talked to her. Am I overreacting, or am I the one with the ambition in our relationship?
It's just funny that it's cheese, you know? It's just like, let's just do some role play, okay? Sharp, sit down.
Uh-huh.
I know we want to put a lot of money on this new house, and I have a solution. I think we can get the house sooner.
Okay.
So I took my money and I'm gonna make $30,000.
How?
So I bought this $18,000 wheel of cheese, and I'm gonna sell it in small increments because it's rare, and I'm gonna make money, and we'll be able to get the house sooner.
Okay, I don't love that.
Scene.
Okay, and scene. I think a good investment is something that's passive income. He's going to have to go to farmers markets. I don't even know how he would sell this, but it's going to involve a lot of manual work from his end.
Hey man, he seems like a cheese guy. He knows cheese. Let him sell his cheese.
I guess he can bring his cheese, but I just really wish we talked to her first.
Yeah, I mean, that was what I said. I totally agree with you.
Okay, let's see what people in the comments have to say. Start slicing and selling, and then come update us.
Yeah, literally. I want to.
I want to know. Someone said, I'd be surprised if he actually sold it. The fact that he thinks that he can find 300 plus people willing to pay $60 for 200 grams of cheese in this economy is insane. And even then, the math doesn't add up.
Honestly, man, you go to like a nice fancy store, like, I don't know, like the Summerhill Markets or like Wagons or even Whole Foods. I'm sure people will spend money on that.
Potentially. Some people are saying, yeah, they will pay for this, just not from some guy. It would be from a reputable dealer. So at a farmer's market, most people tend to buy from people who made the cheese themselves than some weirdo cheese reseller. She was probably, when you started cutting the cheese, she didn't think it was a good idea.
Maybe you should sell some to your Swister.
This sounds like something Michael Scott would do.
It actually does, eh?
He brings it into the office and starts selling it to his employees. She didn't leave you over cheese. She left you because you're stupid. If anybody's interested, there is an update.
Oh my god, please tell me he sold it. I'm actually rooting for
I want him to sell the cheese. Like, I really do. Okay. Oh my god. Update. My girlfriend left me over the 21-year-old cheese wheel. Now my landlord is trying to evict me for commercial activity. Am I overreacting?
What?
Oh my god. Because, like, he has to find a way to sell the cheese, right? I've taken some of your feedback into consideration for my last post. For those curious, my girlfriend is no longer in the picture. She cracked due to low risk tolerance, so I decided to go all in on the business. I initially tried to return the wheel to the distributor to recoup some capital, thinking they'd have some pity. They were actually considering it until they came out to look at it in my truck. Apparently, the minor heat damage I caused to the paraffin wax while trying to open it last week compromised the wheel, which was already non-refundable in the first place.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Since I'm now stuck with a 140-pound, $30,000 asset's a strong word, buddy.
No, he's an head.
Yeah, he's an ass-head with his asset. I had to pivot to asset protection and keep what I still have. I love that he's trying to, like, frame this as some sort of, like, smart investment.
Dude, honestly, if you just did a bit of homework, like, instead of just buying
Yeah,
it
he should have done it. He should have done homework. He should have found buyers. He should have had a plan first. I went out and bought a true TBB 2HC 59-inch solid door back cooler and professional digital temperature humidity controller, an industrial humidifier, a vacuum sealer, and ripening mats. Total cost was about $8,500 after taxes. Expensive, yes, but I wasn't going to let a $30,000 investment depreciate value.
Okay, you're going all in. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, now that the girl's gone.
You might as well, yeah, I guess. The delivery was difficult. My apartment door is narrow, so I had to take the door completely off the hinges and shimmy the cooler into the living room. I had maybe a millimeter of clearance between the frame and the unit. I was exhausted and excited, so I started researching installation on my phone before putting my front door back on. That's when my landlord walked in. Apparently, he believes my door being off the hinges somehow removes my reasonable right to privacy, We already have a strained relationship because of my own use of the unit. He still holds a grudge because I was doing some light metal fabrication with a consumer plasma cutter in my kitchen a few months ago. Oh my goodness. For some reason I can picture this guy. Like, I don't know, I have an image in my head of what he's like. He saw the cooler, the vacuum sealer, and the wheel of heritage cheese and started crying about commercial operations and fire hazards. I mean, I feel
But
like
maybe he was warned.
not only a fire hazard, but that sounds like you're gonna need a lot of power in order to be able to power that whole thing. I told him very clearly, the cheese is for personal consumption.
I'm gonna have all 140 pounds of that cheese.
Well, actually, I would argue that it's not for personal consumption. I would argue that this is where you're housing the cheese and this has become your office. There's nothing in my lease that limits how much dairy a tenant can own. The next morning, I found an eviction notice in my mailbox. It's riddled with spelling errors as if written in haste. I'm already preparing my defense for the landlord-tenant board. Am I overreacting and being evicted over dietary preferences? It's not over your dietary preference. Why do you keep, like, shifting?
This guy seems, like, very dumb.
You seem very shifty here because, like, you're not the one eating that cheese. You know that. No one can eat that humongous wheel of cheese themselves. God help the rest of your apartment building because you're gonna stink if you try.
This kind of reminds me of one time, like, at 3 a.m., I was, like, watching a Gary Vaynerchuk video, and he's like, buy Pokemon, because, like, Pokemon are gonna sell high, so I bought, like, a rare Pokemon.
Pokemon card?
Yeah.
What was it?
It wasn't a Charizard, that's what you're asking. Something...
That's, like, the only one that's actually worth it.
No, like, I mean, some of them have value. Anyways, yeah, it was one of those things where I didn't prepare for, like, how to sell it or, like, when to buy it. I bought it just a little too late, past its, like, 10-year anniversary, or 20-year anniversary, or 30-year anniversary. And, yeah, so I can relate to this guy.
What happened to the card?
It's still at the store. I have to go grab it.
Actually?
Because I got to grade it, right? And it was worth...
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Am I overreacting and being evicted over dietary preferences? As far as the landlord is concerned, and I feel like this is an unlawful action. Edit.
These are my Easter
A
nails.
plus to the valuation, as it's possible to increase my margins depending on the quantities I sell in. Also, please bear in mind, I have sold 0 cheese, so I feel like this is premature action.
Bro, honestly, maybe your girl was onto something. Like, what if you guys had a house and kids?
This would have been so bad. Oh my God, there's a picture of the cheese.
Can I see it?
Oh my God. Wait, that's not even that big. Is that 140 pounds? That doesn't look big at all. What the f***? I thought, I was picturing something so much bigger than that.
Well, it's dense, right?
Oh my God, and there's a receipt. Because there's everybody in the comments was like, there's no way you're real, buddy. There's no way this is a real post. He has a receipt. Oh my God. He's from Ontario.
Is he?
Yeah.
Dude, do you want to contact him and buy cheese?
Oh my God, I don't want to buy his cheese. Wait, no, I don't. Because, like, they wouldn't even buy it back because it's, like, melted, kind of.
I don't care. I want to help this guy. I think he needs help. Yo, can you send me his contact info? I want to get his cheese.
I don't know. I don't have his contact info. This was 1 month ago.
Guys, we're gonna find the cheese.
We're gonna try and track down this cheese and buy it.
Should we try and, like...
Not all the cheese, just some of it. I'm curious about this cheese.
I'm very curious about it.
Like, I'm genuinely rooting for you, buddy. Like, I genuinely want you to sell at least some of this cheese.
Cheese!
I feel very bad for you, especially because you did something very stupid.
Can we find this guy and get some cheese? Guys, we're gonna find this guy.
Okay, update soon. We'll try an update. Are you overreacting? Listen, I'm rooting for you. I really do hope that you sell this cheese. Does this even belong here? Like, I don't even know if this story belongs here. It's more of an am I the a-hole, honestly.
Am I the idiot for doing this?
Am I the idiot? You are, but I'm still curious about your cheese.
Bit of a red flag, I'm not gonna lie. It was a little irresponsible to buy it without knowing the care that was required.
Yeah, you get a red flag. You get a red flag, not your girlfriend. Okay, this belongs in Am I the A-hole? You are the A-hole, for sure.
Yeah.
You're definitely the A-hole. That being said, if you see this video, hit me up. I want some cheese.
Have you been up all night eating cheese?
I think I'm lying.
Am I overreacting about my sister going on a date with my ex? I, 23 female, recently got broken up with by my boyfriend of just under a year, 24 male. My sister, 21 female, saw the whole thing unfold and how heartbroken I became, especially since he just decided he wasn't interested anymore. Did you recently meet your sister and then decided he wasn't interested in you anymore? I understand everyone's allowed to date whoever they want, but am I overreacting for feeling hurt and a little betrayed here? I know they're just hanging out or whatever, but she saw the whole relationship take place, and I cried to her plenty of times about the situation. I know my texts, especially at the end, were a little petty, but I'm feeling discouraged and really hurt here. Is a casual hangout between my sister and my ex justifiable? For me being upset, am I overreacting?
It's really weird, man.
So we have some texts. Can
you wave that red flag first, please? Because...
Yeah, I would say I already have one here. Last night, someone called me and said you were planning on going on a date with my ex tonight. Sister responds, yeah, he asked me out last week, and since I figured you guys broke up like 2 months ago, you'd be cool with me accepting. It's just a casual little hangout, nothing serious. Actually, no, I'm not cool with my sister going on a date with my ex, especially since you legit saw me crying over him the other night. Bruh, chill the hell out. You think he's gonna get down on one knee and propose tonight or something?
What a weird thing to say back.
You guys broke up 2 months ago. I've always felt a little something for him, and I figured you knew that, but...
What?
Oh, dude, that's why they broke up. Like, I guarantee you.
100%.
Why can't a girl just enjoy herself for a night without her sister going and breathing down her neck and ruining it for her?
That's also gaslighting.
That's gaslighting. Wow, okay, I've cried in your room multiple times the past month because of how bad he hurt me, but I guess that doesn't mean shisa at this point as long as you get a little action, right? It's just a hangout, for sakes. I'm going to his apartment and we're watching a movie. Does that sound like commitment to you?
Even so,
Dude,
why are you even
like,
seeing this
you
guy?
literally, like, she should not be able to stand to look at him in the eye. Anything other than a sister or a friend, being able to have a relationship with your ex that was horrible to you, you should hate his guts, buddy.
Or, like, I mean, her sister could have done something, like, sneaky and made him act a certain way so that she could have him.
It's possible that there's some sibling rivalry going on here, but this, like, as sisters, you guys only have really each other in this life. The idea of you, like, being so sad and heartbroken and her listening to all of that and then thinking it's a good idea to date him. First of all, how does she think it's going to be any different for her? And second of all,
I like how the sister
loyal
pointed
to your
out she
sister?
always
Like,
had a
doesn't
thing
that
for
bother you
him.
that someone
Like,
hurt your
ew.
sister and your first reaction is to go and date this person and hang out with them?
I would
No.
never fuck
You
with
really
anything
need
that
to find
has
a better
touched
hobby
any
and
of
stop
my
everything I
siblings.
do.
I'm
Your
not
friend
interested
gave me
to
a
know
heads
what
up
they
because
taste
she
like.
said it felt wrong. Were you guys hanging out while I was with him, or did you hop on him the second he was free? We were talking on Snap and while you guys were together, but it was just friendly. Never talk to him like that until you broke up. No, I mean, listen.
No, she
No.
had something on her mind
No.
going into it. That's a huge red flag.
She
Disappointed
literally
in your
said that
sister.
she's always had a thing for him and then suddenly took it upon herself to start messaging him. God, you're acting like we're planning a wedding or something. It doesn't have to be planning a wedding. Like,
These girls sound young.
yeah, this girl's 21. Enjoy the hangout. You're both trash. Oh, I certainly will. I may be trash, but at least I know how to keep my mouth shut and let others be happy instead of being a stuck-up E-word. It's a hangout, for sakes. Get over yourself.
I'd go to my parents and be like, Mom,
Yeah, Mom, by the way. But then they'll say, I don't want to get in between you. Blocking you until you learn how to be happy for others. Come back to me when you're ready. Until then, I'll be casually hanging out with your ex. I'll learn to shut my mouth when you learn to shut your legs. Okay, just knowing sister dynamics, this is how sisters talk to each other, I would say that that's warranted. I'm just saying.
dude, 100%.
That's warranted.
That sister sounds like a...
Dude, she's awful. And she's, like, I know she's young, but, like,
Dude,
she's
come on.
definitely old
Jeez.
enough to know right from wrong.
I would say like 16, 17, 18, you have some leeway.
Yeah.
21, like
21
you're done
is
college.
like, you know that that's bad, okay? Like, and that's why she's acting the way that she is. Like, when people are confronted and, you know, their first instinct is to gaslight and make themselves out to be the victim and, like, place blame elsewhere.
Get over yourself. We're just hanging out.
We're just hanging out. Like, I'm just hanging out with this guy that you were, like, crying over for, like, months. That's so annoying. Gosh, you're so inconvenient. No, I would definitely say you are not overreacting, and that is one gigantic red flag. I really hope you guys recover from that, because I would be very upset. I'll just say that.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you go to the comments? Because I gotta
Okay,
see
so
them.
in the comments.
Yeah, let's see them.
Damn, your sister is a huge... I'm sorry. It's just a hangout. What are you talking about? Not overreacting, tell me your sister hates you without telling me your sister hates you. Literally, like, this isn't even just as simple as, like, stealing clothes. Sisters can really be awful to each other.
Like, maybe it would still be bad, but maybe she was like, I'm so sorry, I don't know, I just felt like if she had
should
some
have come.
ownership.
She should have come to you first. But even then, yeah,
It doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right.
But I'm just saying that would have been a better way to do it.
It would have been a better way to do it, yes. And also, definitely after way more time had passed, she basically admitted to being the reason why they broke up. Because they were talking. Like, if someone just suddenly decides, let's say you're seeing someone, okay? Everything's going well.
Yeah.
Suddenly, they're like, yeah, I don't know, I'm just not interested in it anymore. There's someone else. Almost always.
Yeah. Especially if they say like
they don't have a reason.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like, yeah, I'm not interested anymore. No, they're interested in somebody else. And imagine your own sister or your friend being that reason. Man, I've been in so many situations where I've been dating someone and like my friend would like go and start texting that guy like behind my back, and like the guy would like not be interested in me anymore because he's like, I don't want to touch this at all. Like, this has happened so many times to me, and it drives me absolutely insane. And I have ended friendships for less.
I was once dating a girl. We kind of ended things for a couple weeks, like to chill out, and then I came back to my dorm room to find my roommate and her hanging out, watching a movie.
It's awful. People that do that are so fucked up. Like, what is wrong with you?
And then they dated for 3 years.
Oh, wow, but they broke up eventually, right?
It's a long story.
Oh,
I don't
interesting.
want to get into it.
Oh, okay, interesting. Oh my god, I know who this is.
Yeah, just don't say it.
Oh, I know who this is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it, but I do know who that is, and like, he's a piece of work, I'll just tell you that.
You know, he's come a long way. Life is about forgiveness eventually. Eventually.
Everybody's just sort of saying your sister's trash, your sister's horrible. I honestly am not even mad about the petty clap back from you. That was warranted. Ooh. Fair enough. This is 1,000%.
Parmesan. Smoke some
yeah, you
parm.
were validated 100%. We're gonna buy cheese from that guy. And we're gonna send you some cheese.
Asiago.
This cheese.
Oh,
We're
I
gonna send you
love
some
it.
cheese.
Should we send him a message? Can we send him a message on Reddit?
Do more of
Maybe I
the
should.
the
Okay.
Gouda. That was so fucking good.
Oily roots but dry ends? Tell us more. Pros takes complex hair concerns and delivers truly custom hair care solutions. First, our consultation.
See if you can
tests a
find
clear
any
picture of your
not
life
cow
and your hair goals,
cheese.
analyzing over 85 factors. Next,
Like goat cheese, sheep cheese, lactose-free cheeses.
This is a marathon of unhinged in-laws that ruined everything. The day I introduced myself to my mother-in-law of 3 years. My husband and I have been married for 3 years and have known each other since high school. His parents are divorced, and when I was younger, I briefly met his dad and stepmom when we went to prom, but I never met his mom and stepdad because he doesn't live with them. As adults, we got back together and eventually got married. However, he's been no contact with his family for about 6 years now, so they weren't invited to our wedding. Ooh. No contact for 6 years, eh? That says a lot. Instead, he and I had a small wedding with only about 15 people, including the wedding party. He even surprised me by taking my last name and calling my parents mom and dad because they essentially raised him from age 14 on. It was perfect. Fast forward to about a week ago. I got a comment on a year-old video I posted publicly. For context, this video was a photo of me and my husband as teenagers showing our ages, and then a recent photo showing our current ages with QC music and some hearts. It was just a little thing I threw together and shared.
No, I love you so.
The comment read, my son, insert full name, was born in 1996. Basic math says he's 28, not 27. Are you just stupid or you don't know how old your husband is? What a wife. Kind of sounds like she doesn't even know how old her son is. Let's think here for a second. Is it more likely that the woman who hasn't seen her own son in 6 years doesn't know how old her son is? Or is it more likely that the wife that is with her husband all the time, has probably signed forms, looked at passports, seen the birth date, knows how old her husband is?
Yeah, exactly. I'm his mother.
Obviously, it was apparent that this was my mother-in-law, who I obviously have never even met. I was so pissed off and immediately responded with, hi, insert name. Nice to finally meet you. Since this is our first intro, let's get a few things clear. My husband's name is first plus last name. He took ours at the wedding you weren't invited to. Good job on getting his birthday right, though. Nice to know that even though you haven't gotten him a birthday card, message, or gift in the last 18 years, you do, in fact, remember when it is. Don't worry, though. His family has been spoiling him. Hearts. Oh, and this video was posted in 2023, so basic math would say that if this is a year old, he was a year younger. For more recent photos of your former son, feel free to follow. Subscribe! Was I too petty, or just the right amount?
For me, it's a perfect amount.
Yeah, I mean, she came in hot. It's interesting that she somehow has opinions about who her son married when she literally has not been involved in his life for this long.
Oh,
Also,
I've got
she wrote
lots
a
of rings.
public
I
comment.
alternate my
I have a thing
rings.
about people
This is
who
one of my
write
new
public
favorite ones. It
comments,
looks like a snowflake
misinformation.
crossed with a
You have
sunflower.
no idea how much misinformation is spread in comments.
And then these ones,
A person's entire
I just really
reputation
like the
can be
color
ruined
of.
by a comment section of just people
Aren't they
spouting
pretty?
immature, incorrect.
I buy them for
If
myself.
someone writes
That's
a
right.
comment, I won't
That's
respond
right.
in the video, but
I don't
if
need a
it's
bitch
got
to buy me
blatant
jewelry. I'll buy
information
my
that is
own.
incredibly
Fuck that.
uneducated, let's go with that. I'm gonna respond and make you feel stupid. I don't like to respond to comments. I really don't. If there's people going around spreading misinformation and saying all this like nasty stuff that isn't even true, sometimes I'll venture down there.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Because someone could read that and be like,
Oh my god, she's so horrible, she doesn't even know her own husband's age.
okay, OP responds, glad to see I'm not crazy because my friend said I took it way too far and should have just blocked her. I mean, yeah, you could have done that.
But where's the fun in that?
You could have. You could also still do
Alright.
that.
Frame.
But I
Is
wanted to be a bit
frame.
firmer because I don't want to be dealing with this long term. If my husband has no relationship with her, then all bets are off. I will say.
Oh, I got them on the auction
sometimes
website for,
engaging
like,
in the negativity
Nothing. They're sterling
sometimes
silver
really
and
genuinely isn't worth it.
stuffs,
Then you're gonna have
moist
like
night
a
and
public
whatever.
fight in the comments section.
They retail
that
for
everybody's
several
gonna read.
hundreds,
It's
but
kinda
I
like
got them
someone
on an
fighting
auction
in a
site at
restaurant with
ass o'clock in the
somebody
morning
else.
for like
Everybody's
$10.
gonna see that. Furthermore, she's already formed an opinion about you, so doesn't really matter what you say. If anything, what you wrote will
Time
make
to
you very good.
open
I
bags.
have absolutely no problem blocking. I have literally no problem with it. But on the off chance that maybe I got time today, I'll respond. We do have an update. It's a lovely update. So many of you have asked for an update, and she did reply. And she actually did for about an hour and then deleted her comment after my mom replied. This would be my first time posting on Reddit, let alone here, so I didn't know if her 1 hour reply was relevant or if anyone would even read this post. I mean, I'm reading it. I'm very curious. So my mother-in-law did in fact reply quickly with, why don't you ask your husband why he did not get any birthdays? He made my life miserable with how bad of a kid he was. Then why are you up here in his wife's comment section claiming to know him better than her? Before I could even respond, my mother did, because I told her what happened. Shortly after, the comment from my mother-in-law was deleted. My mom said, since we are doing introductions, my name is, and I am the biological mother of me, and chosen mother of my husband. Ooh, that one's got a sting, eh? The bad kid you are referring to is often the highlight of my day. He is, and always has been, an absolute gem and role model to my younger two children, who now call him their brother. Perhaps, instead of blaming a child for your actions, ask yourself why all 7 of your children have stopped contacting you. Were they all terrible, or were you simply an unfit mother? Basic math and probability would probably point to the latter. I will admit, I've often wondered why my husband's name made the decision to completely write off the person who birthed him, but I have respected his decision always. Now seeing you act like a spoiled child, I applaud him for it. So I will tell you what I tell all my children. If you have nothing nice to say nothing at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
That's a Bambi quote. Publicly attacking my children online is
Don't.
disgusting.
I
Especially
have,
if you birthed one of them.
two
Please know
at the
if
house
this behavior continues, my
that
son
you can-
and daughter will continue to keep you in the time out that you earned. And yes, I say my son, considering you raised him for about 10 years and he's been a part of my family for 14. And I believe that I have officially earned that right and you have lost it. If one day you decide to grow up and make amends with him, as I hope you will, please remember that you are the cause of all this and he has no obligation to forgive you. If you would like to continue this conversation in a more private setting, to not further embarrass yourself, here is my phone number. And yes, she really did put it. After reading this and thanking my mom, wow, your mom really did a number. How are you not embarrassed? So after reading this and thanking my mom, I went back to show my husband, and her comment has been deleted. There's something really nice about someone just like up and deleting a comment.
Oh, I was right.
You know, they say something nasty, and then you kind of respond with like, oh, I'm not really sure if you're saying this to be mean, but I'm gonna correct you. and then they delete it. Oh, it's so satisfying. It's like, yeah, right. Like when I click on like a nasty comment that someone has replied to on TikTok with a video, and then you go to the comment and it says comment deleted. Oh.
This right here is my favorite thing ever in the history of forever.
Luckily, I did take a screenshot so I could have it for future reference and possibly frame my mother's message. My mom did not get a message, but who knows? I mean, I'd be pretty embarrassed after that. If someone in your family or a friend of yours, they constantly just kind of can't seem to keep relationships. You know, if there's a pattern with this person where they keep having like big falling outs with people, where their family doesn't really talk to them much, you have to wonder, who's really at fault there? Anyways, everyone's gassing up your mother in the comments, and I second that. Your mother is amazing. I always love to see people come to the defense of others. It's easy for someone to just like have a target, like a bully to just find a target. But what really helps in a situation like that is if someone stands up to them. If someone other than the target stands up to them. Am I the a-hole for letting my mother-in-law call me the wrong name for a decade? Oh, rise for the honorable judge, Charlotte! Resigning! You made a such... My mother-in-law and I do not get along. She, on multiple occasions, has given me a list of women she wished my husband would have married instead of me. To what end? Like, what's the point of that? She told me I needed weight loss surgery when I was pregnant. I was 5 pounds over my BMI, and she has cankles. And well, if the shoe fits, but it doesn't. And when I was pregnant, she told mutual friends she had to stay with me so I didn't, quote, screw up the baby. All fun stories for another time. I don't care to have a relationship with her, so I mostly ignore her, and my husband and I make fun of her later. Not entirely healthy, but it's how we cope. You cope however you need to cope, baby girl. When my hubby and I were dating, we started getting serious, so we did the whole meet the parents thing. I have a very common 80s girl name. Not hard to pronounce and super easy. I think 80s girl name, Ethel? My husband introduced me to his parents and everything was fine. A little later, mother-in-law calls me by the wrong name. I politely correct her. It's worth noting here that my mother-in-law hates to be corrected or told she's wrong about anything. She will literally scream and start rage crying if you correct her on something and insist she's right. This is exactly what happened. She flies into a rage and screams at me that she knows my name. I'm shocked, wide eyes, mouth hanging open like a trout, and everyone else is just acting like nothing is happening since apparently this is a common occurrence. I hate that everyone enables her. I hate it! Years go by, and she continues to call me the wrong name. Everyone else calls me by the correct name. When my husband is talking to her and uses my name, she says, "Who's that?" Oh, to which my husband says, my wife? My wife. Who's that? Oh, brother. I can't tell if she actually doesn't know and just forgets and literally does not think you are relevant enough to remember your name, or if she's just absent-minded, maybe losing a few screws up there. This Thanksgiving, the in-laws come for the holiday. My 5-year-old is learning his safety info for school. Address, phone number, parents' names, etc. I'm quizzing my son so he can get a reward for learning the info. Mother-in-law is lurking behind us. We get to, what's mom's name? Mother-in-law jumps in before my son can answer and says the wrong name, like she's beating him at a TV trivia show. So wait, does she still not know your name, or is she trying to teach your son the wrong name? My son looks at me wide-eyed and obviously confused, partly from the shock of his kindergarten assignment turning into a fast-paced game of Jeopardy, and partly because he knows that's not my name. I have to say something at this point, so I ignore mother-in-law completely and tell my son, "That's not mom's name. What is it?" My son answers with the correct name. Mother-in-law spends the next couple minutes insisting she's right.
No, your name is Marlet. No, like your name's Marlet. I know this for a fact.
My husband and I tell her she's not. Instead of exploding, she unexpectedly sulks. So she plays the victim, and she's sad that you didn't tell her the right name, even though the last time you told her the right name, she exploded at you. Later, we go over to my parents' house. As I'm setting the table, I see mother-in-law cornering my mom in the kitchen, grilling her about my name.
No, I can't be wrong about this.
Apparently, mother-in-law was convinced we were lying to her, so she needed to verify with mom. She insists no one told her my real name. Oh, we told you. I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy Thanksgiving a little more this year, knowing mother-in-law thought we were running a 10-year campaign to embarrass her. My husband and I have had a lot of laughs about this for the past few months, but recently I told the story to a friend who said I was an a-hole for letting her call me the wrong name for a decade, then laughing at her behind her back about it. So my question is, am I the a-hole?
Nah.
You tried to correct her. She chose to call you that name. If anyone is an a-hole in this scenario, it is the person who literally could not be bothered to know your real name for a decade. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you were kind of avoiding conflict.
Who isn't?
In the whole, oh, let's just not tell her, because, like, let's be honest, at the end of the day, she's one of those people that hates being wrong. I also hate being wrong, but I'll allow it.
Jerky is really easy to make. I make it in the oven.
We need to be okay with being wrong sometimes. It's okay.
This isn't a safe space.
Doesn't make us bad people, doesn't make us stupid. In fact, I would argue that insisting upon not learning your own daughter-in-law's name makes you a much more horrible person than forgetting a name. Some people are saying drop your friend. I'm also kind of wondering why anybody would defend your mother-in-law. Probably thought you were never gonna last, so she never bothered to know your actual name. And then it just became this long thing. She should be embarrassed. And in fact, she should apologize to you for calling you the wrong name for a decade. She brings it up and she says she's embarrassed. You could just say, listen, we tried to tell you, but you've been calling me the wrong name for a decade. So are you the a-hole?
What's the secret to peak health?
Going micro with Noom.
Ew.
Micro habits, micro wins, even micro doses.
I can see your Ozempic face that it's not attractive.
Heck yeah.
Now starting at just $79.
Skyscanner searches billions of prices to find epic travel deals.
Taxes was chasing updates.
Rebel, you need bangs. Your forehead looks gigantus.
With over 300 gourmet meals handcrafted by chefs, you don't even know where to start. The best part, it'll be ready within 2 to 3 minutes. As for me, I'll pick this California style chicken and chicken.
Absolutely not. Am I the a-hole for calling out my partner's family members for inviting people to my baby shower without asking? My fiance, 32 male, and myself, 27 female, are expecting our first baby together in March 2025. Yay! Oh, that's really soon. That's literally
A month ago.
A month ago?
well, congratulations, you had your baby. Hope everything went well. We decided to have a baby shower in January of 2025 and have decided to select men in our lives to join in. We aren't doing the typical baby shower games, just a handful, and it's more of a small get-together. The males coming are our dads, brothers, and our mutual friends who've supported us in our journey to planning our family, etc. These mutual friends have known my fiance since they were 6 or 7, so they're basically like brothers. Other than that, no other males are invited, and a lot are my girlfriends from work, who missed out on celebrating our engagement party with us due to mother-in-law insisting we invite nearly all of their extended family, and I'm a people pleaser. Ooh. And let me guess, because your mother-in-law wanted to invite all of her family, you couldn't invite some of your friends because you can only include so many people at a wedding. I just want to say, as someone who's planning a wedding, and I know that there are some people who are unhappy that they're not invited, you really got to consider the fact that weddings, I feel are a lot more for the family than they are for the friends. Friends are invited, don't get me wrong. There's a reason why there's best men, maid of honor, and stuff like that. When it comes to the wedding, oftentimes the parents are paying for it.
We need a
because
biggie.
of that, it's kind of if they want to invite family friends or, your third cousin, you kind of got to let them do it. The unfortunate thing is, weddings kind of have a cap. So mine has a cap of 150 people, and once you start inviting extended family members, everybody has a spouse, people have kids. That's a lot of people. That number gets up pretty high very quick. Unfortunately, that kind of means that friends don't get an invite. Some friends. And I can tell that there's some people that are a little bit disappointed about not getting an invite, but at the same time,
They are not even halfway into this piece.
somewhat that weddings are more family members, especially I made the event on on Facebook and didn't realize I needed to unselect the option of guests being allowed to invite people. Oh, Unfortunately, to do it after it's published, I need to delete the entire event and start again. I invited all of the people I wanted to invite and said to my fiance, if I missed anyone, just let me know. I woke up the next morning and 2 male cousins of my fiance had liked the event and said they were coming, but I didn't invite them.
Oh, hell no!
I then checked the people invited and noticed 15 people have been invited. 15 plus, 10 of which are male cousins, and the other 5 are family friends of my in-laws. Ooh. So, yeah, I would say, just to be safe, you really gotta be asking people to even bring a +1 to any sort of like family event, life event, anything like that. You certainly do not go and invite 15 plus people to someone else's event without giving the host a heads up. I asked my fiance if he went in and added them, and he said no. After asking my mom, she said, oh, your event is letting me invite people. Is this just like illiteracy when it comes to technology, or... And then I saw red. Mind you, pregnant lady rage is so real. And I looked at my fiance and said, I am sorry. I love your family.
You sure about that?
However, it is incredibly rude to invite people to someone else's event without checking with either of us first. So it was your mother-in-law, not your mom. Got it. My male cousins aren't even invited. Fiance rang his mom and asked if she knew who had invited them, and she said, I added the family friends, but they are females, so it should be okay. Okay, so everybody invited people. Your auntie then added male cousins. Oh, absolutely not. What the actual... My fiance tried telling her it wasn't her event to just add, and she should have checked. Oh wow, so everybody's a little glue here. I then took the phone and called them for being rude and disrespectful, for not asking, and the reason why we had certain ideas on who we wanted was because the people invited us support us every day, and they've helped me adjust to pregnancy and have been genuinely interested in our growing baby's life. And we also can't afford to feed the extra 15 plus people coming. Mother-in-law and auntie refused to contribute to the food. Oh, absolutely not. No, if you're gonna invite people, like, at least pay up. I said I was deleting the extra people, and mother-in-law and auntie had to message and explain why they were deleted. Now mother-in-law is complaining to sister-in-law, who is on my side, saying I'm being rude and it's just hormones. Am I the a-hole? I think it's very, very clear there's a lot of people that don't understand this.
How can I make that any more clear to you?
Like, it would be one thing if one person kind of went out of their way, but it kind of seems like more than one person went out of their way to, like, invite a bunch of people. Always ask. It is a little disrespectful to just assume that the host of an event is gonna compensate and pay for people that you invited. In general, I think it's better to just send out, like, an evite. That way it's private. But at the same time, I feel like it goes without saying, not invite people that aren't invited to, like, someone else's major life event. The only way out of this is to send out a notice that the shower is canceled. Wait a week and send out individual invitations. That's a good way of, yeah, like, just send out, like, a physical invitation to the people you want there. But, I mean, I think at the same time, though, I feel like if these people wanted to invite other people, they would have anyway. When people demand to know why you canceled, tell them the truth that too many people took it upon themselves to invite scores of people you didn't even know. No other reasons need to be stated. In the future, do not use social media to invite people to your events. I agree with this because, you know, a public event, like, everybody's gonna be able to see it, and it's just better just to, like, just do an evite, you know? Or a physical invitation, but, like, I'm cheap, so I do evite. Understand that whatever you put on social media gets broadcast around the world to millions of people who now know there will be lots of expensive goodies at your house ready to be stolen. Ooh, that's a very good point.
I literally know everything.
I feel like you also said that, well, if you pay for the extra food, we can invite those people, and they refuse. So, like, this is hella entitled. Am I the a-hole for laughing at my cousin when she asked me to hang out with her teenage kids? So this literally just happened, and I was like, yo, I gotta post this ASAP because I just posted recently about my grandfather's funeral, which was a crap show within itself, but this started before the ceremony. I live in a different state than the majority of my family. I'm 28, work full-time, doing stuff with my day, and my life, you know, being 28. Of course, that doesn't matter, and I should always make time for family. Let's just ignore the fact that I already know about 15% of you by face, and maybe 7% by name. Sorry, but between the 400 Mildreds, the 250 Lindas, 800 Stephanies, Chelseas, and Janets that I see once every full planetary alignment, someone's bound to get lost in the weeds. I obviously make time for my parents, grandmother, siblings when we are all available. I'm the youngest out of 3. While my job is pretty good compared to theirs, it's definitely the most lenient, and anyone else that I see on a regular basis. Anyway, back to the funeral. During the pre-ceremonial gathering, I'm being showered with, "Do you remember me? Do you know who I am? It's been a long time." I say yes, to avoid the bullshit. People say hi to me and I don't know for sure. I meet a lot of people, especially, Mike has a very large family, lots of friends. And I recognize faces sometimes, but not names, not all of them. I think I probably meet around 20 people at least every time I go out with him. I don't remember everyone.
Who are you again?
So
I don't remember anyone.
Hey, how are you?
Just give her a big hug. Just a blanket. So in the midst of that, one of my cousins, whom I have zero memory of, but she apparently regularly talks to my mom, comes up to me and introduces me to her kids. We exchange pleasantries and they seem super happy to meet me. And their mom says I've been absolutely dying to meet me. My brain is like, what the but I just shake it off at that moment because I wasn't in a good mood and I just didn't want to focus on it. My cousin tells me they're about my age and they also live in my state and are actually about a 40-minute drive from my place. Oh, that's awesome. I don't care. I really like the way you've written this. This is super funny. She suggests a little get-together sometime later this year and says she'll talk to my mom about it, which sure, that's fine. I mean, it's not like I'm 14 and have to ask for permission to do anything anymore, but I took it as a cool, I don't have to worry about it then and left it at that. Fast forward to about 45 minutes ago, it's almost midnight. I get a call from a number that's based in the city most of my family lives in the other state. Not only that, but it's a very specific location. Too specific for it to be a spam call. So I naturally kind of panicked. My grandmother was down there at the time, and she's only a few years younger than my late grandfather, so call me a little paranoid. I answer, "Hey, my name is insert cousin. How are you? Hey, what's up? What's going on? Everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. I was just calling to see when you were available to meet my son and daughter for lunch this weekend." After I was finally able to put together who this was, I felt like that meme with all the equations floating around because there's no way this woman called me at near midnight to schedule a play date. You're funny. I said, "I'm sorry, what? Remember at the funeral? We talked about you and my kids' names getting together sometime later. My daughter's transferring to a university in your city for her junior year and son is applying there too, so they're taking a tour on Saturday morning and I was thinking we could meet you afterward and you could take them somewhere for lunch. Just nowhere with alcohol. Son is only 18. Is she asking you to pay for lunch?" Oh man. It's definitely awkward. I probably would make up some excuse, say that I'm busy. Shut up, so would you. You've never met these people. Come on. Your second cousins? Give me a break. I remember her saying they were around my age, but homie can't even drink. Are you guys sitting at the kids' table too? She then starts rambling about how her daughter isn't allowed to drink unless she or her husband are present because she's 22 and doesn't know what moderation means. In other words, she get a little sloppy. I'd go get her drunk, honestly. Maybe this is just me, but what in God's green earth would a 28, almost 29-year-old have to talk about with an 18 and 22-year-old that isn't
Don't do drugs.
Focus on school.
Don't get nobody pregnant.
Not to mention the fact that I don't even know these people. Yeah, it's one thing if it's a cousin that you haven't seen for a while. I'm fully okay with meeting up with a cousin that I haven't seen in a long time and we know each other, we grew up together, etc., etc. But second cousins that I've never seen in my life, I don't know about that. I feel like I'd do it because I'm a people pleaser, but also maybe make up an excuse. I don't know.
Please do not disturb me.
Before I knew it, I had started wheezing and squawking in the phone, and cousin did not appreciate it. I could hear what she said under my laughter, but I was like, "Yeah, I don't think so. I work a double on Saturday, so I'm not getting off until 8 p.m. Well, first of all, I don't know what was so funny about what I said. You could easily just do a nice dinner or something. 8 p.m. isn't that late. My little patience is gone at this point. Man, I work a good 40 minutes away, and this isn't Star Trek. I'm not getting home until around 9, and I'm not itching to babysit after an 11-hour shift. I can recommend some spots for y'all to check out for yourselves, but this is a college town. You're not gonna find many places with zero alcohol, but it's not like they don't have other drinks. Honestly, the way you're talking about this, I feel like you're in Boston. Excuse me, I know your mother didn't raise you to be rude like this, especially to family. I'm not rude to family. I just don't really care to have a relationship like that if I don't know who you are. It's not about me, I know it's not, but I'm I'm also defending my own viewpoint. Dude, I don't know you. I have no idea who you are. You're calling me at witching hour to schedule a hangout with your kids, who are in fact not around my age. Girl, y'all are young adults. I pay for my own medical insurance. We are not the same. Please do not call me again. I hung up and had a small cackle fit with my fiance, who was awoken by this nonsense. Obviously, I'm not going to hear about this until normal waking hours, but I low-key hope she wakes my mom up and to her about me, so my mom can cuss her out for calling either of us at such an ungodly hour. But I know mom's gonna tell me that I could have been a little nicer, which honestly, I think I did just fine not cussing during that conversation. But maybe that's just me and my zero tolerance talking. So am I the a-hole? The people pleaser thing to do would be to kind of say, I'm not available, I'm working, but I'm also taking into account that she called you in the middle of the night. I would be super, super pissed off, especially like after 9 p.m.
Oh, that's 9.
So if
I need
someone
8.
called me and then like overrode do not disturb to ask me to do something I really didn't want to do, I'd be like, fork you and your entire forking family. But that's just me. Like, I'm very touchy about my sleep. I don't take phone calls after 8 p.m. I get anxious and then I can't sleep. How to give Charlotte an anxiety attack? Call her at 9 p.m. with problems. I've been in this situation before, but it was with a cousin that I genuinely like. So I had no problem taking care of my cousin. I wasn't in the best spot financially, to be honest. So like it was a little bit difficult for me to pay not only for my meals but for hers and to share a bed with her because she does this thing. As soon as she falls asleep, she lets out the biggest fart. You can just tell that like she's holding in that stress like all day, and then when she's asleep she finally like lets it loose, and I'm sleeping next to her and like without fail every night 20 minutes into shutting her eyes stanky. I was happy to have her, honestly. She was pretty young. She was legal drinking age, and I took her out and stuff like that. It did get to a point where it was like, I want my bed back. She's totally trying to set you up to house her children while they're in college in your town. OP responds, which is hilarious because my fiance and I are planning on moving 50 miles away in 2 months. But imagine how great that would have been if I just played along hard enough to allow that. And on the day they show up, I transfer the lease to their names, hand them the keys, and dip. Yep, came here to say this is absolutely to have a babysitter or spy so she knows everything that her kids do, and have someone else to blame for anything they do that she doesn't like. Oh, that's a plot twist. It does kind of sound like she wants you to babysit for free. Under the circumstances, the fact that she called you in the middle of the night, I would say that your response is justified. But there's an update. Turns out I cursed my mom by making a joke about my cousin, calling her to about me after she got off the phone with me, because that's exactly what she did. She woke my poor hardworking mother up to tattle on me. Now my mom's an absolute peach, in front of me at least, but I've seen her cut up at people like a runway chainsaw, so she wasn't fooling me with her cutesy fairy act. Tinkerbell can be a petty. While she didn't tell me exactly what she said. She mentioned that she had some words, which is her way of saying I cussed. And she hung up the phone after one sentence. Once she got up and had her coffee, she called my cousin back and got the full details of the story. And that's when she called me. I knew my sweet mom was having the worst time trying to keep a straight face and be a mother in that moment, because the first thing she asked me when I answered was, did you make a Star Trek reference during the conversation with cousin? As to why you wouldn't be able to have dinner with the kids? Yes, I did, because she was making it sound like I had a transporter in my pocket, but still just have car because I like to buy gas or something. I could totally hear her trying not to crack up through the phone. I don't think she quite understands your humor, honey. Well, no surprise, because we don't know each other! She immediately broke and cackled so loud that my dad heard from another room, and I heard him crack up through his speaker. As much as I know she wanted to, she couldn't bring herself to tell me to apologize just yet, and told me to just hold off until cousin calms down some. But she'd keep me posted. Alright guys, I've finally gotten some time to sit down and write this out. This will be my final update on the situation with my cousin, because I've officially had enough of this raccoon dog of an individual. Raccoon dog. I've never heard that before. I love that. Which is what I will be referring to here from now on. That is now her name in my contacts. If you all thought the audacity entitlement could not be topped, prepare to be just as wrong as I was. And if you did think so, well, I guess I'm just a...
Proudly serving the entire military community. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Oh, my fucking back.
work on a new beer recipe I conjured up, so I'm in the kitchen with my brew pot. Now, for context, when you home brew beer, the first thing you do is make the wort, which is basically your sugar water. It's made from a process of boiling grains in a kettle, then removing it from heat to add the malt extracts, which you have to mix until it's dissolved before boiling the mixture again. Afterward, you add the hops, which provides bitterness and a variety of flavors. My brews in particular are a little more complicated because I used different ingredients that I grow myself in the initial boil. Because of this, I take very great care, try not to waste any of it, because these ingredients do take a long time to grow. This will be important later. I was like, Busty, what's this going? Like, I mean, I'm really impressed that you make your own beer, but like, also, this is relevant. Kidding.
She's not.
So, I'm chilling, doing my thing, when I get a call from the raccoon dog from home. After contemplating whether to send her to voicemail or not, my curiosity got the best of me and I answered. Do it for the plot, bestie. Hello?
Hey, Blair, it's RD.
Oh, hey, what's up?
So, I just wanted to apologize for the other day. I didn't even think about what time it was. I'm usually out pretty late chatting with somebody.
Can't relate.
And I just went ahead and called.
Yeah, I feel that. No worries.
So listen, I know we got off to a bad start, but I was hoping you'd reconsider about hanging out with Blair and Ray. Since they don't know anyone in that town, and I know you were concerned because you don't know each other. I get it. I just want to have someone present that they could be comfortable around.
Now, as I said in previous comments, I think that's totally fair. After all, she is their mother, and she's probably just trying to make sure college isn't a drag for them. I personally hated going to classes and being around people I didn't know for that long, and I really wasn't feeling the whole college mingle vibe, so I took online classes and stayed home. So I completely understand where she was coming from, and I expressed that.
Thank you for understanding. Now, your mother told me that these things need to be scheduled in advance for you because of your job, so I was thinking around Thanksgiving or Christmas time since we all be gathered together anyway.
Yeah, sure. We'll all be in the same spot anyway. I don't see why not.
Great. Thank you so much. They're gonna be so excited.
Awesome. Sounds good. Enter a clack of brew pot being returned to the hot stove.
Are you cooking something?
Yeah.
Oh, you know how to cook. What are you making?
I'm making wort for a new recipe I'm trying out.
Wort? What's that?
Oh, it's the sugar base for beer.
I'm sorry. Did you say beer?
Yeah.
You're making beer?
Yeah.
Oh, does your mother know you're doing that?
Why does it matter? You are a 28-year-old person. Adult. That's the word I was looking for. She knows I know how to make it, so yeah, I guess.
Oh.
You did hear that I said beer and not cocaine, right?
You know how to make that too?
No, I asked you that because you're acting like I'm Breaking Bad or something.
I mean, I'm just concerned about how that might influence the kids, so maybe don't mention that when you hang out.
Are you okay, Madam? Now, I already know that my career choice and hobbies aren't ideal for some traditional families, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't get a little offended about how she reacted and treated something I'm so passionate about. Yeah, I mean, she did kind of, like, judge you a little bit, right? Like, what is the problem with making beer? How is that bad? Oh, dear. The only reason I didn't decline the hangout because of the fact that, one, I was going to see them during the holidays anyway, and two, I don't really talk about my passions in front of my family anyway out of respect, and to avoid any extra BS. So it's not like it would really ever be an issue. So I rolled my eyes and agreed.
Awesome. Okay, so last thing, I know there's a lot of student housing in the area. And cheap apartments, so I was wondering which ones we should look into that would be close to the school, but also close to you too.
She's fishing. Now this is where stuff got real, and I'll be honest, I grinned a little bit. Well, my apartment is about a 5 to 10 minute walk from the school, and the rates are pretty decent for a 2-bedroom.
That's fantastic. You guys could be neighbors.
Yeah, about that. We actually won't be in the area because we're moving to a city I work in that's almost 40 miles away before the new year.
Okay, I'm not really following. You said you won't be able to come see them?
Insert Britney Spears' WTF face. So she's expecting you to hang out with the cousins that you don't know, even when you don't live in the city where they're going to school? Be a no for me, dog, yeah. Well, no, not really. The whole purpose of the move is for us to be closer to our jobs so we won't have to drive that far.
But you do it all the time, so I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do it like once or twice a week to go see them.
Absolutely not! You do it! That would actually be super inconvenient for me. I don't think that would be very plausible.
It's inconvenient to spend a few hours of your time with family? Don't you drive further to get to the city where my parents live?
I mean, yeah, but it's usually because of traffic.
So you'll be even further when you move, and you'd go see them anyway. So I don't understand what's so inconvenient about you driving halfway to spend time with your cousins.
It's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Cousins that you do not know. She's basically looking for like a babysitter. Honestly, I don't really think that they would want to hang out with you anyway. They're like 18, 22. I feel like she's trying to control who they hang out with. And it's like, they're going to college, they're gonna make friends. I wouldn't want to hang out with my cousin that's like 10 years older than me anyway.
Especially on days like today, where all you'll be doing is making alcohol, when you could be spending time with your family. I mean, it's just, I feel your priorities here are a little backwards.
What is wrong with you, madam? Now, I have painfully and carefully picked and chose my words while talking to this person during all of our conversations, but my brain pushed civility in the closet and locked it for the rest of this conversation. I'm sorry, did you really just compare the level of importance between your kids that I have said exactly one word to in my entire 28 years of life to my parents?
Okay, first of all, honey, I don't know who the hell you're talking to.
Who are you again? What do I owe you again? What part of my day or time do you deserve a piece of again? What meaning are you in my life again? What would I miss if we hadn't met again? Oh, nothing, because I don't know you. And I don't care if you decide to move into my freaking attic. I don't have an attic. I'm gonna see my parents and bring them all the homemade booze I want years before I remember your freaking name. And F you for distracting me because my pot boiled over, now my freaking wart is ruined. Not the wart. That last part was in the heat of the moment, but I almost lost it when I heard my fiancé bust a laugh in the next room. From what he described to me later, he said I sounded like an angry Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls. After that, I don't even remember if she said anything, because I was trying to clean up the sticky mess of my ruined concoction off the stove and floor before my cat could get to it, and was just cursing under my breath, and all my irritation could muster was an angry, see you on Thanksgiving, before I hung up. I haven't heard anything else from anyone, but considering that blow up was so out of character for me, I'm almost 100% sure no one would have the nerve. It's rare that I actually get mad, so when I do, my parents have always just made sure I was okay and left it alone and would gatekeep anyone that tried to bring it up later. My fiance came to help me clean up the mess, and I gotta give him props for being able to quickly make me laugh about the sound I made when the pot boiled over. I feel sorry for the unknown Blaze in the story. Imagine living with a mother who competes for being Karen of the century. This is like undoubtedly a Karen move. On the one hand, she's trying to look after her kids, because this is something that lots of people do. When my parents, family, friends like come to Toronto, they're like, oh, you can totally go and see Charlotte. And I'm like, oh, no, you can't. I won't say that outwardly, but I'll be like, yeah, sure. And then just be very, very, very busy. But yeah, they're just thinking of their kids. They want them to have a home base and people they could go to for a home cooked meal and stuff like that. They're worried about them at the end of the day. But I also feel like she's asking too much of someone that she barely knows. Maybe if you guys had grown up together, you had a good relationship with your cousin and her kids, it would be different, but not if you really don't know them at all. And she's also trying to tell you what to do and not bringing up your lifestyle choices, like making homemade beers. Give me a break. Something tells me these kids can't wait to go away to college. I think that people need to really yes, family is important, but I'm not gonna be swayed to let's say invite a family member I've literally met once and don't know the name of to my wedding, for example. I am also going to laugh in my mother's face when she asks me to invite that one Italian aunt that I met once when I was 3. Who is that? I don't know them. I don't know how they're going to behave. I choose the people that I spend my time with based on how they act. And in my experience, sometimes family really be out here acting strange. It's the,
I'm sorry, did you say beer?
Here's a little tidbit. I almost feel you should just act like a really, really bad influence. At Thanksgiving, I think that you should sneak your cousin's kids. I don't know. Does that make them second cousins? I don't care. And then their mother will realize,
ooh, I don't want my kids around her. She sounds like an angry Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls and drinks beer.
She'll never want you around her kids. It's perfect. Am I the a-hole for going no contact with my twin brother because he refuses to meet my husband?
Butter.
Who are you talking about?
That's some drama.
Oh, come on.
Fucking commercials.
Love it.
Stop gossiping. Sorry.
The drama.
Frustrated with the way you currently file your taxes? What if you could track your tax expert's progress and get your best tax outcome? Switch to TurboTax Full Service. You'll be matched with a TurboTax expert who will do your taxes from start to finish as soon as today. With TurboTax, it's easy. You get real-time updates on your expert's progress, and they'll only sign when they know it's 100% correct to ensure you get your best
TurboTax
outcome
my
guaranteed.
dick.
Switch to TurboTax Full Service. Brand power helping you buy.
Mary Maxim has been providing customers with high-quality yarns and crafts for over 65 years.
Allow me. I, 34 female, have a twin brother, 34 male. We'll call him Sam. And I have a husband, 36 male. We'll call John. Okay, so for context,
Let's set the scene. Setting the scene.
Sam refused to come to my wedding because he said I deserve much better than John. Because at the time, John was a mechanic at a local shop and only made minimum wage. I already hate this because, you as family members or friends, you might think that your friends and family members deserve better than what they're getting, but it is in no way your job to protest that and make it your problem. We should always try to support as much as possible. If you see things that they don't, hopefully they see those things in time. But if it's just something like, oh, he doesn't make enough money, I feel like that's very superficial. Maybe he doesn't make enough money right now. Doesn't mean that he's not husband material. And, things change. So Sam and I come from a family that's well off. So Sam didn't see the appeal. I mean, money really isn't everything. Like, I feel like all the rich guys that I dated were also, like, total assholes. They were interested in women, like, half their age or younger. They refused to be tied down in relationships. They wanted to cheat. They wanted to have open relationships. Money does not buy class. I told Sam that I loved John and nothing was going to change that. Sam let that go and Sam got married as well. I couldn't make the wedding as I was 9 months pregnant and my due date was a week away from his wedding. Sam was super upset, but that's besides the point. Like, listen, it's kind of hard when you have a friend that's pregnant and can't come to your wedding because of that. You can be, like, upset at the situation, but you can't be mad at the person that's pregnant. That's not entirely their fault.
Look, it's my fault too.
Oh, well, not entirely their fault. It's not their fault at all. I misspoke. I'm sorry. I almost feel like he was, like, being petty by not coming to yours, but okay. I was supporting my husband while I was pregnant because he was going to school, and I wanted to support John and help him as much as I could. No, I did not pay for his schooling. Okay, good to know. At this point, it's been 6 years that I had been with John, but Sam still refused to meet him. What is he, an aristocrat? My parents were on my side and said Sam was being irrational, but Sam didn't care. He said he would see me when I got divorced. Dear Lord, if he's lucky. I don't know, after that I'd still be like kind of pissed. Oh, and he still hadn't met my 2 kids at that point either. Don't take out your grievances on the children. Like, come on, it's not their fault. I have a son who's 15 now. He's not my son's biological father. We started dating when my son was 6 months old, but he did adopt him. This is for any confusion. And I have a daughter who is 11 now, and they haven't met my twin brother, their uncle. For context, Sam and I live in different states. I moved out of state with my mom, and he stayed with my dad when we were in high school. But when I would travel to where he lives, he would always tell me he was busy and couldn't meet up. Sam would never tell us when he was visiting my state either. Interesting. That's rather odd. Like, he can think that you deserve better, but the result of that is he never wants to talk to you again or see you again. Like, I think that's so silly. Back to the story, my husband finished his schooling and started making a lot more money. Period, queen. Yes, how the tables turn. I was able to quit my job and become a stay-at-home mom. That was my dream. Yes, honey. Now my husband helps run a telecommunications company and he makes great money. You saw his potential and it worked out. Now this is where we get to the point of the story. Sam found out about John's new career because my dad told him about it. Sam was skeptical, but he just brushed it off. When my son was turning 10, that's when Sam and his wife got divorced. It was a nasty divorce, and she got full custody of their kids, and Sam's life took a hurdle for the worst. He was in and out of jail, Oh. He stopped seeing his own kids and pretty much became the epitome of what he thought John was. Interesting. People that are intolerant like this, like of anything, you really have to wonder why they project that onto other people. You know, Sam would start to call and ask me for money. Oh, no, he did not. Oh my goodness, this is funny. You're funny. I would always decline, but it kept happening. I told him to contact our parents if he needed money that bad, but he said they cut him off. Oh. It's interesting that he, like, you know...
Oh, and I'm from this affluent family, and we are better than other people.
But then the affluent family cut him off, and now he doesn't have any money or probably skills. Let's just get this straight here. If you come from money, that money is not yours. It's not your money. Stop acting like it is, and stop acting like you're better than other people because your parents are rich. So now John and I were his only hope. I told Sam he needed to get a job and see his kids before he worries about getting money out of me. Well, he finally got really mad at me and told me John made more than enough money for us to send him money once a month. Wow. After all, I am his twin. Interesting how he plays the twin card when he refused to meet your husband or go to your wedding. You know, he's only your twin when he needs money. I told him no, that maybe if he would have met my husband 15 years ago, then maybe I would consider giving him money. Stand on business, bestie. I told Sam that all he's done is talk bad about John, never giving him a chance. Sam got upset and hung up on me. Oh, if it's not the consequences of your actions. I've blocked him on everything, so he can't contact me anymore. So am I the a-hole for going no contact with my twin brother? No, he's just an entitled brat, okay? He felt entitled to your parents' money, entitled to tell you what to do with your life, and now he feels entitled to your money despite never being supportive of your marriage. It's not just your money, it's your husband's money. He hated. I'm sorry if this sounds incredibly rude, but I feel like you need to hear it. Your brother sounds like a huge snob. He thought he was better than the minimum wage blue-collar worker, and he was discriminating against him because of it. As a retail cashier, I see this type a lot. I'm usually on the receiving end. Ugh. The only reason he called you is for money. He doesn't give a shit about you or your family, so he honestly doesn't deserve anything from you, period. Like you said, he needs to come down off his high horse and get a job. So, this is the thing. As someone who was brushed aside most of my life, not only in the career aspect, but also in the relationship aspect, people really just didn't see my potential. They judged me for it and, you know, didn't give me opportunities because of it, or weren't interested in me because they maybe thought I was a big dreamer and I wasn't actually that good at what I do, or I would never make anything of myself. Now it's interesting when the people that would never bother to talk to me at work, never bother to have a relationship with me because they didn't see any advantage to them, now those people are suddenly coming out of the woodwork and wanting to go for coffee and wanting opportunities and wanting this and wanting that. And it's like, I have gotten to a point where I stopped responding. I don't respond anymore because it's like, where were you when I was struggling and, you know, would have appreciated a friend or someone to care about her? I'm petty. I would have done the same thing, okay? Maybe there's other people who are like, oh, family's family, whatever, and I would be a good person. And
Don't look at me for that.
I would have done the same thing.
Don't look at me for that family's family bullshit. Hell no.
But now he feels entitled to John's money. He's a spoiled, entitled brat, and he needs to learn the value of a dollar. John may have made minimum wage, but he didn't use that as an excuse to go and ask people for money. He went to school, he got a better job, and now he's doing great in life. So we do have an update. The serotonin that gets released in my brain when I see update.
How I have longed to hear those words.
As of right now, you're not the a-hole, but let's see what happened. Hey, y'all. Hey. I've got an update for you. But before I get into the update, I wanted to clear some things up. The reason it took me so long to go no contact with my twin brother, Sam, is because I thought he would eventually see that John is not a bad person, and that John has been a great father to our kids. But unfortunately, that never happened. It just kind of seems like your brother, like, uses everybody. He sees relationships and friendships only in a way that could, like, benefit him somehow.
He's a narcissist.
When John and I started dating, I'd been living in a different state with my mom, where I met my son's biological father. I got pregnant and he turned into a very physically abusive person. So I left before I gave birth. I wanted to protect my son. I met John when my son was 2 weeks old because I moved to the same apartment complex as him, and he was my neighbor. We became good friends, and that's when I started to fall for John. He and I started dating when my son was 6 months old. Hope that clears up some of that confusion. Okay, appreciate the context, my darling. Yes, even though I tried to see Sam on multiple occasions, he was too busy. So I eventually did stop telling him when I was traveling to the state he lived in. Sam's attitude got worse after John and I got together. After reading lots of comments, it didn't occur to me that Sam was possibly feeling like he was being replaced. But unfortunately, I can't always validate someone's feelings when I don't know what his issues were. Okay, I understand people trying to rationalize Sam's behavior and how he felt the way he felt, but if he doesn't communicate those feelings, it's not your problem. If you do not communicate your problems and feelings to others, your feelings are nobody's responsibility but your own. Maybe if he told me, I would have been better equipped to help Sam. Now to the update. I did a family call with my parents, Sam and John. My parents told Sam they were very disappointed in how he was treating everyone around him. Sam tried saying we were all going against him, but that's not what's happening. I had found out before we did the call with Sam that the reason my parents cut him off was because he would call and ask for money on a weekly basis, saying the kids needed it. Then my parents found out that he hasn't seen his kids. So yes, they cut him off. They felt used. Anyways, we told Sam that we'll be going no contact with him, that he needs to get a job, see his kids, and get his life on track. John has told Sam that he doesn't want to hear that he's asking for money anymore. And that's when Sam told all of us it's not fair that John, my parents, and I have all this money that we can't share with him. Oh my God.
Money, please. My money.
You are not entitled to anyone else's money. That is crazy. You're a lazy, crazy. My parents said, how dare you say something like that because he's a 34-year-old man that needs to take care of himself. That it's no one's responsibility but his own. He didn't like any of what we said. Sam told John, as his wife's twin, that he should be obligated to help him. Like, what? I'm sorry, but if any of you give him money at this point, he is literally never going to learn. He's never going to learn that he needs to stand up and take care of himself. He's a man. He's a 34-year-old grown man. And helping him in the way that he says it will actually hinder him. So I think by doing what you're doing, you're actually pushing him to be a better person. John told Sam absolutely not. Absolutely not. But he's still willing to meet him when Sam's ready. Sam didn't like that answer and told all of us that we are the problem. I mean, keep singing that tune, see how far it gets you. Unfortunately, I don't think Sam will change anytime soon. He needs to live without help and see how his actions are why he is where he is. Well, after reading the update, I think we're all in agreement. My dad is furious that my mom giggitied with other people in an open marriage he wanted.
Careful what you ask for.
Ooh, that was a good one. This post is from the subreddit True Off My Chest. My parents got married when they were super young. My dad knocked up my mom and their parents married them off. My grandfather was able to set up some business for my dad in a big city and they moved here soon after my birth. My mom grew up in a conservative southern town where she was taught to be a submissive wife. And even after moving to the big city, she didn't spend much time socializing. She had no friends and never went out. My dad was only there to provide for us. He was always away on business and he wasn't there as a husband for my mom or as a father to me. My dad made a lot of money, so we never lacked anything. Growing up, I became my mom's best friend. We would talk about everything. I pushed her to make friends and find hobbies. After years of pushing, she started going to a nearby park and made her first friend, a gym trainer. Encouraged by her friend and me, she decided to join the gym. Ooh. She met a few more people there and started having some semblance of a social life, but she still continued to tell me everything. I think my dad's new secretary gave him the idea, but he asked my mom for an open marriage almost a year ago. Yeah, he was cheating the whole time and basically wanted the green light. He told her he wasn't happy in their marriage and she wasn't providing him with everything he wanted. Like what? What else does he want? She literally does nothing and just stays at home. And she's working out now. What's the issue? My mom, who's a Christian wife, was mortified and told me about the proposal in tears. I suggested she get a divorce, but she said she didn't believe in it and she wouldn't be the one to end their marriage. I can sympathize with that. There's a lot of people that do believe in the sanctity of marriage, and it's so easy to just say, okay, let's just get divorced. Those were vows that you made, and who knows, maybe the open marriage won't be such a bad thing. She working out, she getting fit, she getting tight. And it's interesting that his new secretary gave him the idea, your dad's new secretary. Where did that idea come from? Is he wanting to be in an open marriage because of his secretary? Is that what that is?
It sure is.
As my dad pushed, I knew exactly where this would end up if my mom agreed. Her friend and I convinced her. Do it just to be petty, honestly. My mom was hesitant at first, but she agreed with the condition that they would be completely transparent with each other. My dad was a middle-aged 41-year-old man with a belly, and my mom, 39, was an athletic woman who worked out regularly. Period. I bet she'd be looking cute. This is the thing, right? It's like, it's just interesting how, you know, certain people want to be able to go and they want to have an open relationship and stuff like that, and it's like, are you sure that it's gonna go your way? Are you sure you're that desirable? Are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
Good night, I love you. I'm actually gonna stop pretty quick here. I'm halfway through and my back is killing
So
me.
blind or what he thought would happen. I helped create online dating profiles for my mom almost 6 months ago. After getting an insane number of matches, choosing from them and chatting with them for months, my mom started hooking up with a few people. Ooh, get it, girly, yes! Getting all this attention has provided a massive boost to her confidence, and she seems better. Ooh, I love this for you and for her. My dad hooked up with his secretary almost immediately. I knew it! What a cliche. He's had very little luck with other ladies. How are you not embarrassed? With their transparency thing, my mom tells him about all her hookups. Oh, I bet he loves that. It's turning into a little competition. A few weeks ago, my dad screamed at my mom for some minor thing. Usually my mom would have apologized, but with her new confidence, she didn't back down. It's been constant fights the last few weeks. My dad keeps starting fights by making snide remarks about my mom's clothing or appearance. He almost even called my mom a but stopped himself. I think the open marriage finally sunk in. My mom told me he tried to have a conversation about stopping their open marriage, but she immediately shot it down. I think they'll split up. My dad was never there for either of us, but the thought of my parents splitting up still feels weird. I don't feel bad for my dad, but I wish he put effort into his family. I'm happy for my mom though. Well, if it isn't the consequences of your actions. Why does this happen, like, quite often? Like, I feel like this is not the first time I've read a story like this. Oh, I'm so petty. This is hilarious. We do have an update. I know. A few days after my previous post, my dad left our home and had a divorce served to mom in a week. It doesn't seem like your mom will have too hard of a time finding a new husband. I'll just say that. My grandparents didn't know about any of this, but my dad told them when he served the divorce. He also implied to them that my mom was cheating on him. Oh, interesting choice of words. Both sets of grandparents came to our home and started berating my mom. I kept screenshots of all my parents' communications, and my mom showed them, and it got way worse after that. Grandparents started fighting each other, blaming each other's children for causing all this. I mean, the only person really responsible here is your dad. All of this could have really been avoided if he didn't think the grass was greener. And, like, it is clear that, like, your mom is a very desirable woman. If she's 39 and she literally has no problems being on a dating app, meeting multiple people, going out on dates, hooking up, your mom's hot. I'm just saying, you got a hot mom. And your dad didn't see that. So a few days after this, my mom's old church friends came to our home. Back when my mom used to go to church, they used to look down on her for being from a small town. My mom has always been a very caring and non-judgmental person, so she disagreed with their bigotry, and they began excluding her from their activities. After she met her gym friends, my mom stopped going to the church entirely. These church friends started calling my mom a slut, and she kicked them out. I mean, your mom would not even be in this position if it weren't for her husband. I say that term loosely. My mom is on a cut right now, so she has very defined abs and arms. So along with all the normal stuff getting thrown at her, my grandparents accused her of having a man body. Her trainer has been a great support through all of this. She contacted the attorney she used for her divorce, and my mom is spending a lot of time at her house. Turns out the business my dad is running is owned by my mom. Interesting. Oh my god. It really sucks having to pick sides in a divorce. I wouldn't blame you if you chose your mom in this divorce. It was set up by my mom's dad in her name, so it belongs to her. I didn't know this until now and assumed that my dad owned it. Wow, the audacity. The sheer audacity of this man. The whole situation is a huge mess right now. Dad is living in some hotel. My grandparents left yesterday after a week of fighting and trying to force my parents back together. I know there's a lot more divorce drama to come, but I hope it calms down for now. Oh my goodness. See, this is the thing about your dad. Your dad didn't want your mom to go and giggity-goo with other people. He wanted to go giggity-goo with other people. He wanted her to stay at home. He didn't see her worth. He didn't think that everybody would be so interested in her. Lo and behold, the truth slapped him in the face. Something tells me that secretary isn't going to be so interested in him once she finds out that he doesn't have that business that he said he had. Why is it always the one who wants to open up the relationship, the person who gets angry that their partner is seeing other people too? This is so unbelievably common. What do you think open relationship means? Because, you know, they don't want to, like, essentially say that they're a hypocrite, but I can tell you, like, firsthand from someone who knows someone who prefers open relationships, ended up duping a girl into being in an open relationship with him. He is allowed to see other people, and she isn't. And he gets very possessive and controlling when she does. So funny to me. It's because they don't want an open relationship. They want a hall pass to cheat while the other remains monogamous. That's the thing, right? Let this be a lesson to everyone who wants to open up their relationships. The grass isn't greener. If you want to be with other people, and that's the reason why, cut your losses. Am I the a-hole for yelling at my mother-in-law when she demanded a paternity test before the wedding? Turkey time, turkey time, turkey time. I, 20 female, am getting married to an official ceremony in a few months to my legal husband, 21 male, of 2 years. And his mother has made planning the real wedding difficult since the day we got engaged. Full disclosure, and kind of implied by the title, my husband and I initially became engaged due to an unexpected pregnancy that popped up while we were dating. And now the proud parents of twins who are 1 year old. I honestly don't blame mother-in-law for her initial negative reaction since we've been seeing each other secretly, and husband and his family learned about the pregnancy at the same time when my sister, 20 female, kind of lost her crap after finding out we went over to their house to kick his butt and started a physical altercation that ended with husband going to the emergency room with minor injuries. Okay. Yeah, that would put me off as well. It's kind of like, what kind of family am I going to be having relations with now, I guess. However, it was an entire mess, but after a lot of talking and arguments, I won't lie, husband was excited to be having kids despite the timing and circumstance. We got engaged immediately since he's fairly religious and wanted to avoid the social stigma around having children out of wedlock, especially since it was something that badly affected my family growing up due to rumors started about my parents, partly by his mother. Okay.
Small town.
Mother-in-law actually fought then with husband about the children.
Oh, okay, taking a break.
Things were said.
I'll be back later with more, but my back is starting to hurt.
Context. Mother-in-law has doubts because
so far,
I've made a marriage situation together, and we're doing IVF while also mutually dating a third. And my father was
and then this is the frame it goes in
during this time. Okay, messy. But also their marriage, their choice. My brothers and I don't look much like our legal father at all, if I'm being honest.
They look like this so far.
Our biological father is my parents' third. However, my parents didn't care how we were conceived and raised us as my father's children in every way. My mother-in-law and mother were friends for years before falling out badly and were in the same social circles. I mean, it doesn't really seem like they have the same values, so I'm not surprised about that. But, like, I also think it's funny how some people
Bye, I'll be back later.
They use the religion thing as, like, a way to, like, judge other people.